Sorry about that, fellas. As the title says, my Shy Guy product is on sale now till the end of the month. That I put up to its, it'll be put up to its normal price, so you have a chance to get in at the bottom floor. It's a nice report with the audio file. Who is it for? It's for guys who feel anxious when they start to approach girls, and that's the subject I'll be dealing with. Basically, us shy guys, how I used to be. Okay, so if you were or a shy guy, you feel some form of a little bit of anxiety when you approach girls, this is the product for you. I'm going to be doing a few more. I want to do an approach Bible full of exercises you guys can practice at home on how to approach chicks when you know how to open up and how to talk to them. Basically, them to start talking to you. So that's my next one that I'm going to be working on. I started to do it a long time ago. I remember I filmed a mall scene, and I said, "How would you approach this chick? What would you say? How would you approach this chick? What would you say?" I did as a video exercise. I'm going to be doing that actually as a training tool for you guys. So it'll sharpen you when it comes time to approach chicks, no matter what style you're doing. Yep, still sick. I'm going to buy a camper shell for the back of my truck today, so I can build a bed back there and build shelving, so I could travel a little bit easier when I travel without having to throw out a tent. Although I am going to take a tent with me. Jovina.
Yeah.
Fat bastard.
Well, I don't have time for him.
Nobody has time for his fat ass.
Got stuff to do. I'm cleaning up after him right now.
Yeah. He probably wants some chicken or a cat. Fat cat. Actually, they're both pretty fucking fat now. All right, so that's coming in the future. I'll start working on it probably next week. I have to map it out and create the exercises and stuff like that for you guys. So it'll be a great training tool for everyone. That's where a lot of guys suffer is when they walk over. You know, what do I say? How do I open her up? Comments. Now, first one is a spammer. Wants me to check out his video. No, thank you. I'll block him when I get to his comment. I hate when they try to come to my channel to market. I don't do that to them. I don't go out there and say, "Hey, check out my channel," and then leave a link. This one's under the, hey, we're not all bad. The smile. I'm going to have to see what this comment's about. Sorry, fellas. Hold on. This is under bushcrafting. Oh, it's Joe. Joe was in an episode of Alive. He was the one that lost his fire starter, so he had to go home. And I said, you're a lucky man. Cherish her young years and live in fear of her teens. You have to become like Al Bundy. Someone thought I meant Ted Bundy, I guess. And I guess they thought I meant Ted Bundy, but I meant Al Bundy. So I got a bunch of comments under this little thread. And looking for Joe's comment. I didn't see the creepy comment, but I think it got deleted because he realized he had Ted Bundy confused. Oh, the other guy withdrew his comment. I told fellas I'm a grandfather 6 times. Good. Someone asked me if I was a dad, and I explained to them I'm actually a grandfather. I told Joe took his daughter out there camping, and I thought that was really, admirable. So someone named Tilda commented to me. The greatest says, oh, this is an old video, really old. I was the same way in school, definitely more right brain, but have a strong left brain connection as well. One of my little pet peeves I have is when I start talking about right brain, left brain, people say, I'm both. The chance of you being both are so slim. You have one dominant side. And once you may have good access to the other side, but you have one side that's going to be dominant. Anyways, let's get back to what he was talking about. But I have a strong left side connection. Well, that means he's probably left brain. You're going to be one side or the other. And here's how you tell. For the last time, people, go like this. Go like this. Right now, I want you to clasp everybody watching, clasp your fingers like this. Now, look at what thumb is on top. And by the way, if you try to reverse the thumbs, it won't feel natural. Okay? There are people who always want to be different. Oh, but I can reverse it. It feels natural. I can't stand people like that. Anyways, you have one dominant side. What thumb is on top? If it is your left thumb, this is my left hand. Probably looks like it's right hand to you guys. This is my left hand. This thumb is on top. That means you're right brain because the right side controls the left side. Okay? None of this, I use one side more than the other. In high school, and I was a scientist and I knew all that the greatest. I could tell what side I was using more. None of that bullshit. Go like that. That ends the whole thing. Okay? The greatest, these are old videos. That's a girl, Supreme. She's very, I realized she was a girl. I saw another video of that girl that was punching the tree down. I guess she's like 12 years old and really extraordinary at boxing. That girl's fucking Russian. Russians are some strong people. Item Spence nuts. I'm a Russian. We drink vodka. I love women with blue eyes. He also says, according to the ancient Tao. Sorry, big eyes. I need my glasses on. The ancient Tao, in my own experience, they are very sexual. I'd never realized that. Someone else is adding something new on women that I've never realized. I guess he's catching up on the videos. Not sure what video this is, but he goes, what a fucking bunch of degenerates. Group of reprobates. People of shitty character, and they think that type of shit is acceptable. Let's see what he's talking about. It's probably one of the child molesters I've put up. I got to get through the fucking ad. There's a message there. Shy Guys now on sale to the end of the month. Live now. Okay. The video seems to be stuck on unfiltered voices from Trump's crowd. I don't want to watch that shit. I've already seen that shit. I know a lot of them were racist. Let's try to refresh the page. Maybe it'll get the video to play. Damn it. I think he lives in London. Okay. Excuse me. It's my video. Yeah. All right, getting back on point. Remo, it doesn't matter if you're an older black, a lost person is a lost person. Anyone watching your streams have probably been watching your videos for a while. If they still stick to their PUA system, you're referring to that RT guy. RT is a heavy black PUA guy. I think Remo's original comment to me was, Yo, Supreme, why did you... he's referring to Jovina. And I finally realized what was irritating me. I was teaching 2 days ago, and that RT guy was chit-chatting while I was doing an important teaching moment. And that just irritates the fuck out of me. You know, he's already a PUA, a black PUA, and that just, it does something to me. I always thought our race had the ability to see through game. Let's see, likely spam. Okay, this guy gets blocked. I'm glad, because you put a link in there, you go right to my spam folder. So I'm going to block this guy and go ahead and delete his comment out of the spam folder. And hit the reverse button. So, yeah. I also taught a good lesson yesterday. When I start going into my files, you guys need to pay attention. Christopher Williams was here. He was actually paying attention and studying. You're going to find that there's no other instructor like me online. What other instructor can teach you how to dance, how to fuck the shit out of girls, build your body up, right? So I have a unique skill set. Teach you how to do public speaking. I have a unique skill set that no one else has. No one. Mention name and put them up there if you think someone has my skill set, and put it out there. You'll find nobody has my skill set. I invented something called mind fucking. Did anyone else invent that? So again, a unique skill set. You've seen my proof of game. Kochi copy. Yes, you're right. Under the cheaters. Remo again. I don't know why it bothered you that much. It's hard to explain, Remo. You know, I've been doing this. Remember, I've been doing this way before you even met me. And if I was new, it probably wouldn't bother me. But remember, I was there when the PUAs came out, started coming out in 2005, 2006. And I really hate that book, The Game, because all these weirdos start showing up on the websites. And when you have my unique set of experiences and point of view, then you would understand why it bothers me, especially for a black male. PUA to me was for white males and Asian males, East Indians included in that. Because think about it. Remember the first opener that I used to talk about, Remo? Who Lies, David Bowie or Michael Jackson? Imagine you trying to say that to a sister in a club as your opener. So they didn't take into account black society when they were coming up with their shitty ass openers. It might work on maybe some ditzy white chicks, but that kind of shit ain't work on sisters with game. You got to come better than that to the black community with game. So when I see a brother studying this nonsense and trying to apply that in the black community, I'm like, what the fuck? You know how harsh our community is. Black chicks have game up the ass. In order to outgame them, you got to be way above them, way faster thinking they are. Kara Hawkins, PUA is nothing but squares trying to be players. And that was my original assumption as well. When I said assumption, but I've proven it. Because remember, I look at the audience. I rarely look at the person giving a lecture, and I've seen their lectures. RSD guy that, damn, I can never remember these fuckers' names. It's like a second guy. I can't remember his name. Fuck. I remember they were getting popular. There was that dark-skinned guy with the strange name. And again, I don't remember the names because they're beneath me. Let me say that again in case you didn't hear me. They're beneath me. Why would I want to remember the names of players that are below me? Okay? Now, I remember people who were my peers. Tariq, Payroll the Pimp, Gorgeous Dre. But I don't think of the people that are down there. Are you leaving?
In a little bit.
Okay, good. After you leave, I can get busy with my game here. Teaching. Yo, Supreme. What? Okay. So to answer Remo's question, I've been a little bit irritated for the last couple of days, in a piss poor mood. Not even sure if I'll even go that deep today. San Giorno just said 23:49. San Giorno, let me know if you have any problems with the product you bought last night. Yeah, more coffee. Thank you. Dark Scorpion. That's another one that gets on my nerves. Supreme, don't be mad at me. Laugh my ass off. At least his English is decent for a Polish guy. Bangura, need some advice on getting lower income tax. And I already talked to him about that. Homeboy 68. Talking to Jay-Z, I guess. Under that video, I'm valuable. James. White people used to know how to dress, but the 60s happened. I believe I've done that comment. And we started dressing horribly. In fact, we are par with black people in the style department back in the days. Good thing, as I was talking about yesterday, is white people used to dress really well before the 60s. In my days in high school, we had the burnouts. They were called burnouts. They wore the black boots and the jeans and jean coats. They had a certain look. Dirty jeans, like they hadn't washed them in a month. Probably hadn't. And they smoked cigarettes. Every high school, I guess, now has a smoking area because they started that shit when I was in school. And we call them burnouts because they're all burned out. I don't know what drug they were using. I never really got into white society. I just knew what the brothers were doing that I didn't agree with back then. I know they drank a lot of beer. Back in my days, we had the muscle cars. They always drove a muscle car with primer. Primer was like the in thing for white guys back then. And they always took metal shop and wood shop and auto shop. I only took wood shop once. And I built a little bookshelf out of the whole thing. That was it. But I did do drafting, 2 years of drafting. The burnouts would rarely go to class. They'd come in high. I guess they were on weed, now that I think about it. I don't know what other drugs were out then. We didn't really have coke back then. Drugs started coming out later on. I know there's now a meth epidemic in the white community, and there's also a heroin epidemic. Who wants to shoot needles? I don't know, but it's really bad. Meth and heroin. Back in the 90s, it was still popular then. People got back into heroin. They were getting heroin back then. Also, meth addicts, they'd open their mouth and, no teeth. There was a young guy that I would talk to at Weatherstone downtown, and I was going like this. He was a tweaker. He was tweaked out. When I first moved in with Jovina, her brother was deep into meth.
Still kind of.
Yeah, he's gotten better, but he was tweaked out,
yeah.
And that's one of the things that why his girlfriend left him, and he hasn't had a girlfriend since.
That's one of the reasons.
Yeah, plus he was cheating on her.
I'm going to
Burlington Coat Factory.
Right, and then I'm gonna go look to Old Navy too real quick and see if they have that.
Cool.
Dress.
Yeah, I'm on camera. We have to try when maybe we get back. I smell your toothpaste.
I brush my teeth. They're feeling fuzzy.
Yeah. I think it's fur going on in my teeth.
That's not good. Fuzzy teeth.
Yeah. White people, yeah. He was talking, Justin was talking about Whitey's part Italian. Hey, at least you got the Italian name. D'Antonio. Justin, have you seen that scene? What was it called? True Romance? The scene where they had the cop tied up and the Sicilians, and he was telling the Sicilians, because your great 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 grandmother fucked niggers. Did you ever see that scene? I'm sure you have. See, I study history. He's talking about the Sicilians. And they did a whole lot of fucking. How do most white guys get flavor? I've already done that. Okay, so we're good. I'm afraid to go look at the comments that's going on right now. Dwayne. I guess I should put my glasses on, fellas. What's up, Supreme? Have you ever thought about giving business advice along with your real man product? I know you have your own business, and I think it would go well with your overall product. Yes, I have, and I actually did that about 6 years ago. I taught on my forum how to make your own website. Look over my shoulder as I did it, so people would tune into my little webinar and they'd watch what I was doing. What was good was it helped me reconnect with a guy that I idolized when I was in high school. We worked at the hobby sales store at Mather Air Force Base, and I sold hobby products like RC controllers, remote control airplane stuff, and the model airplanes, macrame for the women, shit like that. But anyways, he was a guy I idolized, and I reconnected with him. But his wife was creating a website, so I was able to help them and also teach that at the same time. I actually was creating a product for personal trainers on how to market themselves using Facebook and other means, what I call guerrilla marketing. In fact, the product's sitting on my hard drive right now on my desktop. Jay Henry. I've often thought about, because I'm trying to get you guys to start your own part-time business. And I've thought about, doing a training for that. Coach you guys to get a website business started. How to find your right niche and stuff like that. How to put up your first website. I've got at least 60 of them. And only about 15 I use. I've done about 60. And when I look through my server, like tons of websites I built, because I was taking a lot of classes and I had to build a website for the class. J. Henry, Scarlett Johnson, you can do things to nurture your mentality, he's telling Scarlett, and shift it to a great extent. Why is he talking to Scarlett? Where is Scarlett at? Oh, okay. Looks like I started somewhere in the middle of the comments. Dupree, what's up? Supreme, I was in the gym. The guy told me all you need to get big is pull-ups and dip exercise. Is that true? No. No, not really. How do you get your legs big? Now, those are the components. If you do dips, you work your shoulders, your triceps, your chest. If you do pull-ups, you work your lats, your biceps, your rhomboids, and all that. And you eventually have to add weight to that. There's a limit to the size you'll get. You'll get incredibly strong, though, if you don't damage your shoulder doing dips. Dips are one of the easiest exercises to rip up the shoulders, so you can't bench anymore. Now, that's old school knowledge compared to something some guy has some fantasy about. Remo, finally I catch you on your live stream. Uh-oh. I think I should duck out now. Phil T, what's up, Phil? He says, good afternoon. Scarlett, are alpha males born or made? Born. Scarlett, forget that nerd shit that's online that you can become an alpha male and guys switch over to alpha in certain situations. Guys become leaders in certain situations. They don't become alpha males. It's a biological thing. And they've shown that there's extra pheromones there. They have certain pheromones. And no, I'm not into the fake pheromones. Like one of the fellows was on my forum was into the fake pheromones, and he's making all these concoctions. I believe in the natural shit. I learned about pheromones in my early 30s. In fact, it was the bodybuilding chick, Susan, that said my pheromones turned her on. Something about the smell of my breath. And I had it reversed on me, what goes around comes around, with the girl that I was talking about in my email example. Her breath, when she breathed, close to my nose, my crotch hairs would start tingling. It was the weirdest reaction. That's why I talk about how great our connection was. Her pheromones, yeah. You jelly ho, sir. I purchased Shy Guy product just now. I'm having trouble. Supreme trouble downloading it with PayPal. PayPal will get you through. Once you get through PayPal, you get taken back to the site. There, you jelly. Then you wait for your login information to come in your inbox, which should happen. Once the login information, you click on the link that's there. Once you click on the login link, once you log in, you get taken to the download page. I only have 2 pages in there: the download page and the little mini sales page. And I just set it up last night so that when you log in, you'll find the download page. You'll go right to the download page after you log in. Let me know if you're still having problems. Scarlett Johansson, in other words. Scientifically, they are born. It is as simple as the first conflict situations you encounter encoded your fight or flight reaction in your subconscious mind. Well, I have the fight reaction. I don't consider myself really an alpha male. A chick in the BDSM field said I was one, but I don't really think so. I'm not a great leader. I hunted alone. Remo. And it still is. PUA doesn't work for the black community. It really works for ditzy white women. I've seen it firsthand. That's what I was saying. Remo says Papa was his name. Papa. Are you talking about the RSD guy? No. I remember that guy. I'm talking about the new one. They have some videos on him. I've never seen Papa. I just talked to him on the phone. He set up the call between Owen and myself because Owen was worried about his girlfriend, cheating on him. He wanted to learn how to keep women on the side. Dwayne Riley. I wonder if Owen would actually deny that now. After I talked to that guy for an hour. And I basically told him, you got to fuck her right. If you're a Caucasian male, you really got to get your fuck skills up there, brothers. You really got to get your fuck skills on point because other races are going rampant through your women. And the women are complaining that what I've heard, your fuck skills are low. And nothing to do with dick size, your fuck skills are low. And your community has this certain way that's used to be a norm, like they say, pump and dump. If that's part of your vocabulary, that's the reason why your women are fucking other dudes. So, in Owen's case, nothing about his, dick size. It's just he didn't know how to fuck a chick and get her off. And I get surprised how many males, and I was working with a guy recently that had no idea how to get a woman off. It surprises me. That's something that it should be your first commandment. And which like it was mine. Seek and destroy that pussy. And women aren't tolerating that shit anymore these days. if you don't have good fuck skills, they don't invite you back. Unless you got a big wallet and they're a hoe. Because hoes don't enjoy sex with dudes anyway. Freaks, you better have good fuck skills. Good girls, you might get away with it. Like, I had a chick on my team. She used to have to inject. She actually had a black boyfriend and a white husband. But she dated around. The one thing she complained about was, like the black guy, she injected him with the steroids. He couldn't get his dick up. But her husband just couldn't lay the pipe at all. Dwayne, what's up, Supreme? Have you ever? Yeah, okay, well, I've done that. Jay Henry, I'm caught up now. Scarlett Johnson, you can do things to nurture your mentality and shift it to a great extent. Example, if you were the shit in high school, doesn't mean you can be the shit after. And there are people who were shit in high school. I was shit in high school, and I rose up. Phil T. Oh, good. No RT today. Thank you. Sorry, man. You're a black PUA dude, and you keep trying to push up against me. As I said, don't use PUA shit in my house. You still try to use that shit. Next time, I'm just going to drop you, okay? So that you know, RT, next time you use a PUA term in my house, social, whatever, I'm just going to drop you from the call, okay? I'm old. I'm tired, RT. Wait till you get to 57 and you've been sick for 7 fucking years. I haven't slept a good night in about 7 years, all the way through. I wake up coughing all fucking night long. So I get irritable. Be in my shoes. I've been on medicine like a motherfucker. If I told you guys the truth how bad my health was, you'd be shocked I'm actually doing these fucking little webinar things. And yeah, it did start to get better. I didn't say anything, but it started coming back. Hey, Supreme. At the grocery store, this cute chick appeared next to me and stood there as I reached for what I wanted. She preened and looked like she was getting, looked to see what I was getting. I felt she wasn't minding her business. So, Supreme, how do you deal with nosy, cute chicks? Well, why do you think she was nosy, Phil? That's my first thing. Why would you think a negative like that? Call her nosy. She might have been trying to decide, what she's trying to get there. It may not have nothing to do with you. But of course, a lot of fellows in this community, when a girl comes up near them, they think the girl wants them all the time. I wasn't there, I can't tell, but what you could have said was ask her, let's say you're deciding between Raisin Bran, Post Raisin Bran, and Kellogg's. And she was looking at the same thing. And you could have asked her, which one do you prefer? Post or Kellogg's? Open your mouth without having that anxiety shit that fucks up your mind is real easy. Just open your mouth and say something. Jay Henry, Scarlett Johnson. That name throws me off. I think of... Wait a minute. Why has a guy got the name Scarlett? Scarlett? What the fuck, man? Scarlett... I think of Scarlett Johansson. Who's using a girl's name? Are you a girl? Scarlett Johnson, and learn to completely erase. I'm not sure what they're talking about. I'll just ignore it. You jealous Supreme. I emailed you the purchase details. Don't need that. I believe you. I just need to know what's happening. Dark Scorpion. Supreme, a girl that was my friend that knew I would get jealous if she talked to guys, got a boyfriend, and rubbed it in my face. I blocked her. Why did she do that? Um, I want you to listen to me carefully, Dark. She didn't do a goddamn thing to you. Okay? It's you who felt like she's rubbing her face. It's you that didn't have the balls to land her before the other guy did. She probably sat around waiting for your dumb ass to speak to her and push. But of course, you lack the balls to man up and go fuck the bitch instead of paying for the shit. So she got a dude, and you feel like she rubbed in my face. Supreme, people get hooked on heroin that didn't even seek it out. I heard stories when you get surgery or something from a medical need, they get you hooked on the pills and can't get off. Didn't know that. Dark, Supreme, some women like my pics. Okay, Dark. And write me on dating site. That's good. He also mistakenly thinks, I think anyone can become alpha. As I told him, I'm the teacher here. Shut the fuck up. You don't know a goddamn thing. Walter, a lot of PUAs call themselves players. Didn't know that. Cool. J. Henry, fuck the alpha male shit, guys. Be yourself. Learn to nurture. No, be a man. Learn to be real men. Fuck the alpha male. Fuck this whole PUA shit where they try to get you to pretend like you're these alpha male dudes. That's going to get your ass kicked. A lot of you guys are not good fighters. You don't have, big bodies. And that'll just get you knocked out your shoes. And by the way, I've seen a dude knocked out of his shoes. Or one shoe. And did his cowardly boys come to his defense? No. I'm up in Reno. Some guy who looked like a short, stocky dude knocked this taller, bigger guy out of his shoes. Then his friends were stomping him, so I jumped in and pushed him off him. And his friends was just standing there. What kind of friends is that? Supreme, I'm having issues with 7 Steps ebook. I download the book PDF file, but the ebook keeps asking me for a password, but I don't know what password it wants. Help. Okay. You got to go back to your first email if you can find it. Otherwise, go to my site at theplayersupremeshow.info. Okay. You're talking about the whole book because I gave the book in pieces. So you just want to read, for some reason you want to read the entire whole book instead of the pieces. And that's okay. Wait a minute. I think I took that off when I redid it. So how did you get a ebook with the password still on it? Send me a message on what's going on. Go to my site, hit the contact me, send me a message. I'll get back to you. And let me know where you got that ebook from. Because I believe I took it off. The password protection on there. J. Henry. I know you wouldn't do anything bad. I'm wondering if you purchased the book by itself. Which you had the goddamn thing in pieces. Why do that? I broke it up into different chapters so guys would take their time to learn the lesson slowly. And I've got the reading material, all the extra assignment stuff in there. So anyway, send me a message, I'll send you back the password. It's real simple, real easy. J. Henry, the whole alpha male shit is a small aspect of you who you are and your game is a small aspect. Let me give you the truth of alpha male, the original alpha males. If you look at mankind as a whole, mankind needed natural leaders. Males that were more aggressive, whose brains worked a little bit faster. They were a little bit more cunning. That had good breeding genetics to breed males. I'll have sons. Anyway, this I think Jay is referring to what they call the new alpha male. He's this nice guy in a business that passes out flowers to everybody, has a great smile and wears nice suits. I'm talking about the real one. If it was up to DNA and genes, most of you motherfuckers wouldn't be here. It's called innovation, manipulate matter. Alpha isn't everything. I agree. He says, fuck that. I agree again. Oh, good. You guys have bought the book. Excellent. You jelly, I'm waiting for your email to me so I can solve your problem. And also, Alfonso. Now, Alfonso, every week you seem to have something going on. Phil T, thanks, Supreme. I think you're right. Maybe she was not nosy. Maybe she was thirsty, in fact. But the thing is, she stood far enough that if I did talk to her, it would look like I'm trying to pick her up, when in fact she is the one that entered my personal space. Okay, excuse me, Phil. What you're saying weirds me out, to be honest with you. You're some dude that thinks that chick was all up on you. And you're overanalyzing a simple fucking grocery store thing, man. I'm sorry to get it basic like this. This kind of shit in this community just creeps me the fuck out, dude. I mean, it makes me want to run from the community, you know. You think this chick was trying, you know, was all about pickup. You got to get out of that whole pickup phase, man. If a girl walks by and farts, she did it on purpose because she was trying to get her attention. That's how some of you guys think, man. You like that Asian guy. Every girl at school wanted him, and he had Rainbow Bright tattooed on his arm. I'm trying to pick her up when in fact she is the one that entered my personal space. Is it it's okay for someone to reach around you to get a box of food, man? Don't be weird like that, Phil. Come on, dude. Of course, I wasn't there, but what you're typing is that stuff that I see all the time from guys that think every girl's out trying to get them. You know, she came too close to me. Now, granted, if she let me do this. If she gave you eye contact, you may not have seen it, then she was interested. And you need to do 50 fucking push-ups for not trying to pick her up. You got to train yourself to go into action when a girl's actually interested. I'm not about the hoe chasing thing. She may have been innocently trying to get some fucking food, dude. So she's trying to get past you to get the food, but you don't want to get too close because you might feel kind of creepy to her. Like what you're talking about. It's kind of creepy, to be honest with you. From a normal guy, a guy that normalized himself from the real world, that came onto the internet, seen all these kind of odd kind of guys. Okay? What you're saying looks like creepy kind of behavior because you're thinking creepy. Not trying to put you down, but just trying to let you see what it's coming across like to me. She broke your personal space. Ooh. Now, girls will do what's called a perimeter breach if they're interested in you, which means get all in your personal space. Unfortunately, I'm not there. But I want to warn you of the danger that I've seen other males drift into. They're so focused on pickup, a girl just walks by and they wonder if it's pickup. And the girl can't, now girls can't get some fucking food in the grocery store without guys thinking she likes me? So tell me more about the situation, Phil. So that we could determine whether this was real or not. So a girl came close to you and reached in there to get a box of something, but she got a little bit too close to you, and she acted kind of awkward, right? Usually that's because she didn't want you to talk to her. That's what it usually is. Because women are aware of males, because you guys can rape them. You guys can overpower them. You guys can say creepy shit to them. You guys will often try to pick her up. And all she wants to do is go to the fucking store to get some food so she can eat a meal. Thanks, Supreme. I think you're right. Maybe she was not nosy. Maybe she was thirsty, in fact, yeah. But when you said thirsty, I'm thinking like she wants to fuck. You might have meant just actually real thirst. But the thing is, she stood far enough. Do you mean far enough away that if I did talk to her, it would look like I'm trying to pick her up when in fact she is the one that entered my personal space? And he goes, and after that, I'm waiting, Phil. Phil, could you put your photo up next time? I'm waiting for Phil. I've been ignoring your comments, Dark. But you have something interesting you're talking about. Why do bitches talk to me on dating sites, then stop? Because your conversation probably doesn't go anywhere. Okay, I'll put it up if I can. Okay, well, finish the story, man. Women, looks like somebody got registered. Well, yeah, this is you, you jelly. I recognize your Scottish name. Stop using Hotmail, man. That's like the worst. Hotmail doesn't deliver see, that's why you had problems. You have Hotmail. It doesn't deliver my information. Like when I try to send people Hotmail, their login stuff, oftentimes it ends up in the spam folder if it even gets delivered. Can you please get a Gmail, you jelly? And when you buy my stuff, use your Gmail account. Hook your Gmail up to your PayPal so that you're guaranteed to at least get the right stuff there, brother. I am waiting for Alfonso to send me a message. Don't send it on Facebook. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. What's up, Naz? Phil T. After that, she had her basket at one end of the alley. When I arrived in that alley, she quickly walked back to her basket and waited to watch me pass by her and catch a side view of my profile. Do you guys see what he's saying? How many of you guys think that he creeped her out and she walked quickly by him so he wouldn't speak to her? They're in the alley now, looks like, with their baskets. How many of you guys think that's the real situation and Phil T is overreading things? He's stuck in pickup mode and think every girl that's in the grocery store is analyzing him to see if they can get in. And he'll pick them up. She quickly walked back to her basket and waited to watch me pass by her. Basically, she wanted him to go by. When you guys are, sometimes you guys, when you get in pickup mode, you're so obvious to women. Your faces get all pinched up. You start becoming awkward. I bet that's what Phil's doing. If he actually would listen to me and learn, he gets all awkward. She knows that he's going to try to ask her something or open up a conversation. Women, since their time they're 13 years of age, that's what dudes are trying to do. They read you from a mile of fucking way. You guys give yourselves away. Remo says, definitely over-reading her in that proximity era stuff. I agree. That's what I'm trying to tell him. He needs to stop thinking every chick is trying to, set up a pickup thing. She'll let you know if she wants you. So far, I haven't heard one thing about eye contact. If she liked him, she would look him in his eyes for a second or two. If she didn't, and she's trying to avoid the eye contact because she thinks you're creepy. Or basically, she doesn't like you. Who else thinks Phil is overreading? I'll wait for your answer. I wouldn't say it's crazy dark. It's just that a lot of guys get all amped up in this community. You jelly, I know. You probably were away from the computer, but I just saw your email come through. You looks like you got signed up. So after you log in, you must have the product. I did the audio version of the book. Pop that into your smartphone. Start listening. Also, there's a little report on body language. Alfonso says, yeah, that guy's overthinking. And I agree. And I'm the one that has to deal with it. Try to make sense out of what's going on. Now think how I felt when that Jai An was saying, every girl wants to have sex with me. And I was talking to him privately. You're not going to believe me? You're going to say I'm making it up or I'm reading it wrong? He would say that to me. And then he would say this comment, every girl wants to have sex with me that I walk by. And he gave me this almost same situations RT is talking about. And then I'm trying to communicate to him that, dude, you're fantasizing too much. You're still too stuck in pickup mode. That's the danger of when I say when you wake up in the morning, reaffirm that you're a player, go out into the world and look for opportunities. I want to keep saying that, but when I see people like RT that's overreacting to everything, it makes me not want to say that anymore. It's still a valid thing, but Jesus Christ. RT? If the bitch wanted to talk to you, she would have made it happen. But it looks like she's running from you. And then you say she walked by so she can see your side profile? You could be good looking, but because you give off a weird vibe, that makes you unattractive to women. Dwayne Riley, when sexing, do you mean sexting or sexing? Or having sex? Why didn't you say fucking if you meant having sex? Let me see what he's talking about. How do you deal with females that don't want foreplay? I know this may seem obvious, but if her orgasm involves stimulating her mind, body, how do you do this if she's against it? I had a girl like that. She didn't want me to touch the clit. Didn't work out for her. She's one of those 25% that have vaginal orgasms, and we just got to it. Also, the MAC makeup chick was like that. She was like, "Let's just get it done." She said something like that to me once. Forget all that. Let's just get it done. After that, it was easy as peasy. Dark as nervous say to me, "You're so stuck on RT." Yes, because I care about my race. Okay? I'm black first. That means I care about what's happening to my people. So, Dwayne, get in bed and get busy with it. Supreme, someone is not that goddamn important to think they will have every female wants to bang them when you're doing this PUA shit and overthinking. That's what I'm trying to wake him up to, but he's gone silent now. I guess he must be thinking. Don't call me racist there, Dark Scorpion. Don't ever do that. My best friend's a white guy. I've got your information here. Username is your email address. Yeah, new user registration. Looks like you already registered, man. Yeah, I remember Alfonso, I did provide the complete book. There's the password. Supreme. I went out last night to Cargo, a club, and with David and Jamal. Hold up, fellas. Let me read this. And I begun to enjoy the club and dancing and that. I got several eye contact and several numbers. But I fucked up because I kept kissing different girls. And the previous girl saw what was... Why would you do that? Don? Why would you do that? Were you trying to show off in front of your boys? Like, look how many girls... That gets you no pussy. A kiss means nothing. By the way, a lot of guys thought that just because they got a kiss from a girl, a make-out session, that they would fuck, and they end up assed out. Kissing don't mean a goddamn thing to me. It's getting the pussy. So you should have stuck with the one chick, first chick that you enjoyed, that you wanted to bone, and stuck with her. Grab by the hand, drag her around, introduce her to your friends, drag her to the bar, little make-out section of the bar, have her buy you a drink, drag her back to the floor, do some more dancing. Why would you do that, man? Yeah, you fucked up. Now, you know you got to do your 50 push-ups, right? So how about get down right now and do your 50 push-ups, and you need an affirmation for the positive, the push on the way up. Let's give you an affirmation. Let's see. Your mistake was you were showing off. That's what I feel like. You were trying to show off. Your affirmation is, I will run my game like a business. Okay? Now do your 50 push-ups. I will run my game like a business. Now you can either do this and grow, which I know you're going to do it anyway, or you can pretend to do it and not grow. You jelly. Sorry to make a mess with the emails. Supreme, in the future, I'll recreate a Gmail, as you said, with a new bank account. Cool. It'll make it so much easier. Gmail, yeah, exactly, Gmail. So that you get your information. But so far, let me know if you've got everything. Don, you should have your password. I'm doing the 50 now. What will I, you have that now? I'll run my game like a business. Cool. Doing it now. See, that's a man. That's a true student of the game. Now let's get back to this idiot calling me a racist. Because I said black first. I care about my race. I want to ask him, why do white people, no offense to my friend Jelly here, but people like Don, what's his name again? Hold on, let me get this guy's name. Dark Scorpion. Why do people like you think that because I say that I care about my race that you think that's racist? You do know I live in America, right? And I bet you don't know a damn thing about the history of America. But why do you think that I care about my race is racist? Why do people like you think that? The Italians, when they came here, they cared about Italians. The Jews, when they came here, they cared about Jews. The Chinese, when they came here, they cared about Chinese. They have their own communities, their own towns. They have their own legislative people. The Japanese, same thing. The Vietnamese, same thing. I live in America. The Poles, there are Polacks here. They have their own communities, their own people. They care about their community. So why would you think, because I care about what happens to black boys, because I have 4 sons, 2 biological, 6 grandsons. Why would you think that's racist? Because I care. I always wonder about, white folks that say that shit, that kind of nonsense. Be grateful that I'm even talking to you, trying to help you. I know Polish were slaves too, a long fucking time ago, way back in the dawn of history. But you weren't chattel slaves. Supreme is okay. I'm as fucking curious as you are. Yeah, I'd like to know. Why do they say that to us? And Morrison, he probably is not going to give us an answer. Actually, I wouldn't if you cared about white first. He said, if I said I only cared about white first, you get mad. I'm used to it. I live in America, remember? Is it because of the fact that I said it? Don, just stop kissing every girl. If you saw a girl kissing guys, wouldn't it turn you off also? Dark Scorpion. Yeah, he's trying to say they're slaves. Supreme. Yeah, in Philly, you would never step into another ethnic group's neighborhood decades ago. That's how New York was also. New York had Little Italy. They had the Polish neighborhood. They had the Puerto Ricans had theirs. The Dominicans. Dark actually thinks we live in a privileged country. Somehow, I guess they must be running propaganda over there in Poland, and they think it's a privileged country. It could be a great country if it weren't for the racist here. People like you, Jelly. We need more people like you, Jelly. And you notice how you, Jelly, and I get along. If I ever get to Philly, or when I get to Philly, you, Jelly, and I will go out and have a beer and dinner. I've had numerous white students in my home here. In fact, one of them was Polish American, their Dark Scorpion, from my site. He's been to my home. One of your own offspring here in America. Pure Polish, blonde hair, blue eyes. He's met my family. Don, 50. If you were African American, you would see the truth of America. I'm not even going to talk about Trump. Don Alfonso, 50 push-ups down and said, I will run my game. Good. How's it feel? Can you feel that pump now? That aggressiveness? Also, many blacks bring the slave card, but they kill each other. Here we go. You're listening to propaganda, just like they put out in America. There's one major city they always talk about where blacks are killing each other, and it's Chicago. White on white crime is way higher than black on black crime, by the way. And I don't want to start putting up the videos of white on white crime, but hell, fuck that shit. I've been wanting to do this shit. There are 2 people that actually 3 people people that now report white on white crime because mainstream media won't do it. And I've learned about, no offense to you, Jelly, and other decent white folks, but 5% of your race are fucking animals, man. 5 to 6%. And there's a large majority, or not a large percentage, are fucking kids. So when I see shit like that, and also fucking animals is common in Europe, yeah, it kind of grosses me the fuck out. But I'm a person that has learned the truth. I don't do the propaganda media shit out there. You know, Trump's right about the media. We'll say that for him. He was right about that shit. I'm going to give you just one video to watch of what's going on in America, since you don't have any idea of what's going on here. Then you could click on the guy's channel and watch all of his white on white crime exposés. Night Shroud. It's been a long time. There's a Polish guy that called me a racist. That's why I'm responding like this. Don says, I feel the pump. You jelly. Don, awesome job. Remo. See, this is what I like. Black and white come together communicating. Fuck the bullshit. We can get along if it weren't for the racist. Let's see. This guy, Dark, is listening to too much Fox News. I don't know if they even have Fox News over in Poland. Nitro. Fox News is very toxic. Yeah, it is. Nitro. Bestiality, cringe. Nitro. Yes, it has. I realized I could still achieve my other goals while still getting dating help. Lackish. Hey, Supreme, do you think women who are extroverted are likely to be more slutty? Let me say something. I didn't call you a racist, Dark. He goes, I'm not a racist. You're just uninformed. You're a typical white person in Europe that's uninformed about what's going on in America. You think blacks are killing each other over here. I don't think I've ever had a fight with a black person. Ever. The times I want to knock a few out, but I've never had a fight with a black person that I can remember. All my fights have been with white guys. They were trying to push up on me and do racial shit. Now, do you think women, yeah, they can be, they're more outgoing and they're more touchy-feely. They could be a little bit more slutty acting as well. Introverted girls they button all that shit up. You know, they don't want to show off their cleavage. They're kind of quiet. Abdul, as soon as I ask a girl out, I get sick. This is some sick joke, isn't it? Okay, so your stomach gets upset, Abdul, like a little girl. Sorry to put that on you because that's what it's like. You get the acid, the nervousness. Why? Should I call her to reschedule? Plus, no, you got to work your way through this, Abdul. You've been with for a long time. You're going to have to work your way through this nonsense. Unless you're talking about a real sickness. I think he's talking about real sickness, by the way. Dark says he's seen introverted, slutty emos. Yeah, I guess those exist. David, Supreme, how would you give advice on bullying? Stand up and fight back. Learn to defend yourself and fight back. Otherwise, they'll keep finding you. David, I always get it because of my height wherever I go. Learn to fight. They'll leave you alone. I caught a cold. Okay. Sorry for the little girl comment. Hey, how bad is the cold? Me, I wouldn't cancel. If you got a fever, then yeah, stay home. If you're hacking a lot, call and reschedule. But if it's just a simple cold, you can control it by taking some cough syrup and having cough drops with you. Explain to her, hey, don't come too close. I got a cold. I didn't want to cancel because I really want to meet you and get to know you. Okay? And if she says, well, we can do this another time, accept it. Okay? And then just go to meet another time. But at least you manned up and showed up. Michael Walker, I'm 20. How do I become comfortable with talking to people, not just for dating? Good question, Michael. The way I did it, because I was an extreme introvert, was by doing just that, talking to people. You're probably new here. You haven't heard me talk about how I always talk to people around me everywhere I go. In line at the grocery store. If I go do my tires, I just put on a couple tires on my truck and I talk to the guy in the store. I talk to the guy doing the tires. You know, I ask them how long they've been doing the job, shit like that. You know, I talk to people. I try to ask them about their lives. And that's what I did. Okay? Phil T. Can you explain what hoe chasing really mean, really? Yeah. It's cold approaching. That's all it is. Do you know what cold approaching is, Phil T? Cold approaching is like telemarketers. They try to ring every phone that they see, they get. In the marketing world, it's like shotgun marketing. That's where you take a shotgun out to the woods, you aim it at the woods, and fire off a shot, hoping somewhere in that spray you'll hit some game. I prefer smart marketing, like rifle marketing, is where you go to the woods hunting, you see your game, you target in, and you shoot it down. Okay? Now let's translate that to pickup. Pickup is of course they got to be hot. Every hot chick you see walk by, you get up and you run over to her. You run to her like a little puppy dog, all excited, your ass dancing and sniffing her crotch. That's what I equate it to. But basically, player gets up, runs to the bitch, and tries to pick her up. Instead of letting the bitch choose. You know, he'll put his bid in. As we say in the black community, I'll put my bid in. I rather wait for a bitch to give me eye contact, because that means she wants to fuck me. That's what eye contact means. Please come over, introduce yourself, so I can see if we're compatible. Please. That's what eye contact to a man means. Women don't give that to every man out there. They only give it to men they find attractive. Does that make sense there, Phil? Okay. So the PUAs, they only teach hoe chasing or cold approaching. And they're teaching groups of people who women don't find attractive to begin with. Instead of making these guys more attractive, teach them how to have confidence, how to dress to at least attract their eye to fucking begin with, how to have good conversation skills, they arm them with a bunch of fake stories they can yell at the chick and send them out to the street to approach girls over and over again. Okay, let's see where we're going. You Jelly Supreme. It did deduct from PayPal. Are you still having problems, you Jelly? Let me know right now. I'll go in and I'll reset your password. And if you could send me an email address to send it to, that'll get through. If you go create a Gmail account right now, I'll send you the pass information to there. And yeah. Brian, actually, nitrile. PUA teaches you to use scripts and lines without usually having the person change themselves. Brian Aguilar. Does this apply to relatively old people like me, early 30s? Or this product only targets young people? None of my products target any race, any age or race. Okay? They're for everybody. By the way, Brian, I'm 57. So you're a child to me. I wish I could be in my early 30s again. Oh, fuck yeah. I was doing a lot of fucking. Early 30s is young. Hell, I like to be in my fucking 40s again, man. So Supreme, scroll up. There's more. Okay. Let's see. Also, don't see it, you jelly. I see Night Shroud. Did I miss it? You jelly Don Alfonso. Nice job. Let me scroll down. Michael. It did deduct from my PayPal. Got that. Also, okay. So Supreme, scroll up. There's more. I didn't see it, man. Night Shroud. Improvising is important in life, and that's why PUA does not work. Conversations are dynamic. Same with social situations, like an ever-flowing river of change. Yeah, a conversation has a flow to it. Not yelling stories at her. I say yelling, but, repeating stories to her. It's Supreme, what I said earlier. Now I'm having a brain fart. Good job on that there, Abdul, getting the product. You jelly, my one question is, did you get it yet? Yes or no? And then we'll take it from there. Scout. Is it a good idea to ask a classmate out? Sorry, Abdul's comment popped in. It's a good idea to ask a classmate out. You're in school. I don't even have a problem with that. Just know that if shit don't work out, you got to see the bitch for the rest of the semester. I didn't know anything about the 1804 Haiti documentary, and I assume we're going back to Bookman and kicking the ass of the English, the French, the Spanish, and all that stuff. Darren got eye contact last night from this stallion. I love stallions. Took her home. She squirted all over my bed. Now I'm doing laundry. Thanks for all you do, Supreme. That's Supreme. Yes. Okay. We're good. All right. That's all I was wondering, man. That's the email that came through as being the one that's registered with the site. So you're good, man. Enjoy. Now, to the Phil T. Do you see what Darren said? He got eye contact last night from a thoroughbred type of chick. That's, a hot chick. Great body type. Took her home. So he went over. And as I said, when they give you eye contact, they're saying to you, please come over, see if we match so we can fuck, is the bottom line to it. Basically, eye contact means, please fuck me. Please don't be weird and creepy so I can get a nut, please. I've been working all goddamn week. I would like to have a nut so I can chill out a little bit. Because women are like us. They do want to have orgasms. They're not something that you go do the pump and dump and don't care if she gets a nut. They can't stand that. Would you like that if a girl did that to you? Got a nut and got off? So, sorry, you should have got it. Not my fault. At Supreme, I was saying it's still purchased it on my second email and took money from my PayPal. with, well, whenever you use PayPal, it goes to the one that links up with PayPal. And I'm confused. It purchased it on my second email, and it took the money from my pay. Oh, so you use your other email to click when you clicked on it, but it switched over to the other one, which it's supposed to do. Because when you go to PayPal, whatever email address you have with PayPal will be the one that accesses it. Okay? That's the one that's on file at PayPal. Scout Chelsea, are you gaming us? Huh? Hold up, fellas. Don't type anymore. I need to talk to Scout. Ask him what does he mean by that comment. And Dark Scorpion, women are not hoes. They're women. Waste of time, I'm thinking of MGTOW. Okay, let me help you on your way then. Instead of suffering through people's bad comments, let them go to MGTOW. I don't give a fuck. Now, Scout Chelsea? What the fuck? What do you mean, are you gaming us? You did 2 charges. Let's see. Let me go to my PayPal real quick while I'm waiting for Scout Chelsea to communicate to me. I'll let you know if you have 2 of them. It may look like 2. A lot of people thought that when they were registering for my forum, and I had to do it. Oh, no, you don't have 2. No, you don't have 2. There's someone named Mary and someone named Kevin. With the same last name. So there is 2 McCulloughs. Who the hell's Mary? Before I refund one of them. And which one do you want me to refund? Okay, where's the guy I was talking to? Now he's trolling also. So I got to block you, Dark. You're now blocked. Dark, you said the wrong shit. You know, why should I even bother waste my time talking to you if you're going to say shit like that? I don't mind that all women are hoes. I'm used to that from you guys. But I might as well go to MGTOW. I can't do the negativity right now, man. I got shit going on my own to deal with. So everybody did 2 charges. Why there's confusion? Okay. Which one do you want me to refund if you are Mary? And who is Mary? How the fuck is he a scammer? Did he call me that? He said that because I kicked him out. He's coming in, trying to troll now. But the original fella, you got one more chance to answer me. Otherwise, I'm going to block you, man. You asked me if I'm gaming you. Brian, damn eye contact means fuck. Ha, moment for me. LOL. A lot of girls do that to me, sometimes longer. My only problem is I don't follow through because I'm shy as fuck. Well, I just released my Shy Guy product. Maybe you might think about getting it. Well, it's only $9.95. Mary is my mother. Ah. Isn't that a typical name for Scottish? They're Lottie. You got the little Oz. You probably don't even know how to do a goddamn Scottish accent, man. Where's that dude at, man? I meant you are in the game 247. You are here to play. What makes us different from So you actually think that I'm trying to game you, Scout Chelsea? You're in the game 247. I'm in a relationship. I'm teaching the game to you guys. In what way do you think I'm trying to fucking game you? Well, you have two different ones in there. How about I refund the Mary one? The Mary McCullough. And do you know your roots back in Scotland? I'm the only person, Scout, that gives you guys the truth of dating. That's why I have nobody on my channel. If I sold out and snuggled up to the PUAs and said, yeah, just hoe chase. Do you know how fucking rich I would be right now? It's why your comment bothers the fuck out of me. You could talk to anybody here that has known me for any time. Ask C. Ova. Ask you Jelly. Anybody that's known me for any length of time will know that I give you guys the honest fucking truth of the game. What makes you different from girls? Because you're men. I'm trying to teach you how to get females. I'm trying to give you the knowledge that I learned and put it into your heads. You know what? It's not worth it to me. I'm done. I don't want to get angry today. I got some anger issues going on right now, and you're done for the day. Sorry to ask that question. I realize you may feel like I'm trying to game you guys. Bye, Scout. That's all I got to say. Supreme, refund the Mary. Good. Done. How in the hell can Mary, your mother's name, have an account at PayPal too, unless you have two accounts there? And you came in through that, but how did, I don't know. Let's just get you a refund. Done. You should have a notice in your account. They do charge me for that shit, but I don't give a fuck. That Scout Chelsea. Yesterday there was a fellow named Raul here. Raul was a student on my forum. Raul was a Brazilian that was adopted out to the Netherlands. He grew up black Brazilian, or I should say mixed. He grew up with no self-esteem. If I was a gamer, when he came to the United States, was down in Las Vegas. I want you to go to the map, look at the distance between Sacramento and Las Vegas. I drove 11 fucking hours. I started at 3 in the fucking morning to drive to Las Vegas to give him money out of my own account. So when you say shit like that to me, it just pushes every immature button that I still have left in my head. I've had people from my forum come to my house and meet my kids. As I banned that Polish guy, one of his own people. What motherfucker in this community, of all of them out there, would fucking get in his goddamn car and drive 11 fucking hours to Vegas to give money from his own account? Because he came to the United States, he didn't have enough money to do this work thing that he was doing. I'm the guy that gets fucked over by people that I befriend, by the way. Jonathan is case in point. Recently, someone close to me see over Remo. Most other dudes on the internet will tell you to continue doing the same bullshit that's not solving your root issues. Brian, what if a girl passing through me in the street, as soon as she saw me, she avoid eye contact? What does that mean? Was she shy, or is it me? It's me. To me, it means she don't want you to come over and talk to her there, Brian. See, women, when they're walking down streets, if they make eye contact with a guy, the guy's going to approach them. So women teach themselves to look down. I get it all the time. And I'm at the store or something. I'm walking down the aisle. The girl's walking down the aisle. She'll look down. And I know what she's doing. She's some big fat slob of a black dude coming down, and I don't want to talk to me. I don't want to talk to her to begin with, but I see what they do, and I know why they do it. You jelly, Supreme. Game or not Supreme has changed my life and is honest and actually works on any problem you have with your purchase. Brian. Haha, Phil T. I haven't seen one of his comments lately. David. You say learn to fight, but what if you are unaware of it's having major effect on me, so I'm going to see a therapist. So instead of learning to defend yourself, so if you're getting bullied by people, when you know that you can defend yourself, you have a different level of confidence. And you'll talk, if they're talking shit to you, you'll talk shit back. In America, we have what's called the short man complex. The worst guys to fight with are short dudes. Because they're like pit bulls. They're looking for a fight to prove themselves all the time. Dwayne Riley, I have followed you for 4 or 5 years, and you changed my life. Listening to your advice not only helped me understand women, but also how to improve on myself as a man. Thank you. And I'm not gaming anybody. In fact, the thought has never occurred to me. How would I game you guys? Just out of curiosity, how would I game you? That would mean I'd have to lie to you. By the way, I'm the guy that started Show Your Proof of Game. Why you start seeing PUA photos. Because I was on a site called, actually I was on Pimp's Network, and I showed stuff there, but on a site that was mainstream called So Suave, I started showing those old photos that I showed you guys of the chicks I was meeting. Showing real proof of game, because I caught so many people in lies. Sorry, I banned you there, Scout. I just can't deal with the shit right now. Supreme, that is not what Scout Chelsea meant. I think he meant us player are always in the game. He didn't mean, actually he did. Like, let's go back and look at his comment. Actually, it's gone because I blocked him. His first ones, are you gaming us? You didn't see his first comment there, Don. He asked me, are you gaming us? Then he went on to mention part of what you said. And at the very end of it, he alluded to, because I'm in the game. He thought I'm in the game, that I'm gaming everybody, that I'm gaming dudes. Phil T. Brian, walking in the street happens too fast. I think you have to talk to her to know for sure. I say leave a bitch alone. Let her, if it's during the daytime, during work hours, let the bitch do her damn job. If she has to deliver stuff somewhere. Don, I don't think it was a misunderstanding there, Don. Continue, but I fucked up because I kept kissing different girls and the previous girl saw what was going on, and I guess that become a turnoff. Remo, yeah, women always do the most to avoid eye contact in the streets. Yeah, that's what I've noticed. Or in situations where, it's just you and her. Basically, PUA is telemarketing. It's like trying to trick you to buy something. Whereas I'm trying to get you guys to become real. The main thing is not necessarily a player, but become real fucking men. That's my main thing. So if you don't reaffirm that you're a player, reaffirm every day that I'm a real man. Now get up out your bed and go take a piss like a real man. Brush your teeth like a real man. You want to get into the ideology of being a man. At Dwayne Riley, Supreme has changed my life. I'm able to do public speaking and personal reading. I also write like I was born. I was a born leader. Supreme is only here on this earth for a certain amount of time. Yeah, that's why I was trying to get Greece to take over for me. That's why I want to go out to the desert and spend some time with nature. My little brother died of cancer. My older brother now has cancer. Think about it. The Supreme, what do you think about women that say they don't want to have sex the first time they come over? If they're coming to my house, and I've never had any woman do that. I've said it, let it known that, we're coming over, you're coming over to my place. It's not like I'm going to her place. I've never really had this kind of experience to where women didn't want to have sex when they came over. What are you here for? See, this whole thing of Netflix and chill is fucking up the game. Because now, I guess you probably invited over to watch a movie or something. I have never invited a woman over to my place to watch a movie. And I even had cable TV. That's what got Jovina addicted. I would come home, she'd be laying on my fucking couch watching that damn TV. Because I'd leave her there. She would clean up everything, have dinner made. This is after we had been dating for a while. But she would watch that fucking TV. So I didn't do Netflix. They didn't have Netflix back then anyway. But you need to do your contracting right. She needs to know that it's about sex. I don't know what you're saying to her before she comes over, but it's not the right words. Michael Walker, I found out about your channel in one of Corey's videos. Why would Corey Wayne be talking about me? Do you focus on dating or do you talk about the same stuff as him? I talk about something that he can't even touch. Corey Wayne is for daters. Okay? My screen name is Player Supreme. That means I was a Supreme player. That's why I named myself that. I played women. Lots of women. And I love to show proof of game, fellas. That's one of the things I really do enjoy to newbies. It's like, just makes my fucking day. I played lots and lots of women. Damn, but you know what, you jelly, I didn't do it. I got to make I had one in my cops, but there's naked stuff in there. Proof. I played lots and lots of females. This is decent. This is going back when I was in the game. Yeah. This photo didn't belong. I didn't fuck this girl. This was taken by this site called 916. I got her digits. They would go around to clubs and they photograph, people of interest. All the rest of the chicks, I fucked. That's just one folder. That's not in my internet dating folder. So as I said, I was a player. And I played a lot of chicks. You can't open that because you see that's a nude ass in your face. But I was more than a player. I was a master player. And I really need to transfer my other stuff off the other computer. Let's see. Claudia. Nope, nothing here. But basically, I controlled my females. That means I controlled my women. Total control. La da da. That's the difference between Coach Corey Wayne, who was I guess he was in the contracting business. And I don't know what his background is. I don't know how he got into talking about dating and stuff like that. But I was out there in the trenches, teaching myself how to master women. And on this computer, I don't have the photos of girls kissing my feet. But I think I have them on my photo bucket. If this one will even go to it. But when you have the power to make women kiss your feet, I think that's kind of beyond what Coach Corey Wayne is capable of. So this is the dark area of the game. This is not the upright, moralistic version of the game. Take her flowers, take her on dates. This is the version where you play bitches or women. Excuse my urban use lingo. Does that make sense? Thank you, Remo. I do need to organize my folders on this particular computer. Is Coach Corey Wayne that older white guy? Yeah, he is. Let's see Desiree. No, you cannot see Desiree. I can show you good photos of Desiree, but I'm not showing you the nasty stuff that I have. And, here's Claudia. But this is all nasty shit. I made this woman fall in love with me that lived out in, she worked for the Mormons. I told her to go fuck this dude. Go fuck a black guy with a big dick and send me the photos. One of my tests. I had no feeling for her. So she did that and sent me the photos. And I'm looking at the photos right now of her sucking his 10-inch dick. That's the kind of player I was. Raw dog. And I did that through mind fucking. Controlling her mind. And I'm looking for an element of that right now that I can use as a teaching tool. So there's a difference here. I think if you're trying to get a girlfriend, I may not be the best guy to learn from. I think Coach Corey Wayne would be better for that. Okay. I think he would be more likely to help you get there. That's why the people coming in like that Polish guy, he wants a girlfriend. I'm not the guy he wants to talk to. Let's see. I just want one little piece. Daddy, I'm out of water. I'm home, Daddy. Boy, that was a dirty job. I said, what do you mean you're out of water? Hi, Daddy, still at the computer. I said, don't y'all have taps out there? She lived, I don't know if you're in America, but Mormons. Beginning my new lesson with my new bitch. And I taught her how to communicate to me clearly. And I shit on her a bit. I told her she babbled too much and idle chit chat. Didn't like idle chit chat. I told her, you're my baby girl. You are made for me. And I said, I sense a problem in my new bitch's mind. I pay attention to women when I talk to them. And I sense for everything. Let's see. I said, if you focus your mind on my words. So I taught her how to listen to my words. She said, I see it now. Missed that part. She had missed something I said. She goes, yes, Daddy. And I said to her, unlike us men, we come from one or the other side, as I tried to teach this morning, talking about right brain shit. Mostly the right brain, I had it backwards back then. It's left brain that's logical. Right brain is scatterbrain people. That's me. The few men who don't are artists. I said, you need to learn to pay attention to my words. I said that to a woman over emails. I got her to fall in love with me. She moved from out there to be near me. And when I first started dating Jovina, about 6 years ago, she blew out. I've known Jovina for 13 years. Actually, I blew her out because I got tired of it. She's the one that's holding a sign saying property of Player Supreme. I told her, together we both become stronger. I said, I am the direction that you need to be moving in. You are my woman. You belong beneath me in all ways. And of course, someone's probably thinking, you're probably making that shit up. So I saved our emails. When I'm talking, you need to keep your pussy still and quiet. I said to her, you're with me for a reason, and it's a positive reason. I was using this as teaching tools back then because I'd gotten online. I started teaching guys in the Pimps Network who were trying to become pimps and Max and all that shit. So together we become stronger. I am the direction that you need to be moving in. You are my woman. Now, when a woman says, that's my man, that's powerful in their minds. When you say you are my woman, that's also powerful in their minds. Are you guys listening to me? That one time that Phil guy, or not Phil, but RT, he wasn't listening. I just gave you guys some powerful gold here. You belong beneath me in all ways. What did she say? Yes, Daddy. In every aspect. And I said to her, my dick belongs inside you. You feel me? Yes, Daddy. What do you feel inside right now? Sad you might get bored with me and not enough sometimes. Good you want me. Afraid of you sometimes. She was afraid of me. Wanting to be stronger. Needing to be. Tired of being far away. As I told you fellas, there's proof right there. I got her to move from Salt Lake City out here to California. And she's the one that was doing my graphic arts for a while because she was a graphic artist for the Mormons. And this is my training tool for the guys that are on the Pimps Network. That's why I broke our conversation up and said, this is what I'm doing here. This is what I'm doing here. So the training begins here with respect and listening. I said, stop. I said, I don't get mad and punish. I punish out of need to discipline. I couldn't spell the word. Discipline. It would not be out of anger. I don't have time to be angry or the effort. You do it out of love, a desire to make you a better person, to teach you to be a better woman. You can be a perfect woman. You have all the tools right there. I'm complimenting her. You have a wonderful, petite little body. She had a tiny little body with those huge ass tits. You have a wonderful heart. She had a big heart. You have an incredible sex drive and sex potential. You can take my big ass dick inside your butt and not scream. I met her in Reno for 2 days. And I fucked the shit out of every hole she had. You have a great feminine energy, which is what it's about. She had a lot of feminine energy. I mean, she was one of those natural women that I like. In fact, I was trying to make a choice between her and Jovina. Sex with her was great. Continuing my training of her. See, I'm giving her compliments. I'm giving her criteria as well. I'm telling her how I want her to be, and of course she's going to jump through my hoops, which is what it's about, developing the real woman inside of you. So I'm the teacher, developing the real woman inside. In order to do this, you got to have the right kind of swag, fellas. You got to have that kind of power that I learned to develop in the game that I did not have when I was in high school or as a young adult. Whether or not you stay here for a long time or short time, I said to her, you will become the woman that you're capable of as I teach you. So I teach myself how to be the ultimate man. Together, we both learn and grow stronger and better, but this problem mind of yours is our block right now. And I repeat the problem. I want a woman, when I'm talking to her, she got to pay 100% of her attention to me. Okay, I was talking to her online. I felt like she wasn't paying attention to me. That's how strict I was back then. Then I repeat the problem. You allow your mind to wander instead of being focused on your man and listening intently more than any mere woman can hear. So I'm separating her from the ordinary chicks out there. If you can see game, you can see what I'm doing to this woman's mind. Not sure a lot of you guys can see that. But those guys who have game, pay attention to what I'm talking about here, how I'm doing it. Then you see why she was holding a sign saying property player supreme. He's also the one that was kissing my feet, and I'm photographing it. I owned her. You own the mind, you own the woman. Control the mind, you own the person. You need to learn to read even the subtext of my words, even though I communicate clearly. Shut up. She was trying to talk again. I told her, shut up. I'm talking. I see you trying to type. I'm not finished yet. I have one more thing to say. This disciplining, I fucked up the word again, should be also turning you on sexually. And I tell the fellas, I know what button's pushing her head. Because your man is giving you direction. See, I'm trying to develop her. When I tell her what to do, it turns her on. Women actually like that when a man tells them what to do, by the way, fellas. Again, I've dropped some more gold on you. I'm not trying to game you. Because your man is giving you direction. Read those words until you understand them. This is what I mean by subtext. Most fools will only see the words. But look at the real meaning. Your man. I knew that the words, your man, is powerful in a woman's mind. What is your man doing? Giving to you. I'm giving my time, my attention to her. I want her to appreciate that. You should be begging for your man's instruction and learning and attention. Positive attention, that is. But I'm giving myself to you because now you know what is important to me. You learned another tool to use to keep me. Okay? Do you understand me? and I allow her to talk. What did she say? Yes, Daddy, I do. Good, baby girl. You are my shining star in the sky, baby girl. I believe in you. Complimenting her, building her back up. Whenever you punish your girl, always bring it back to a positive. You guys whose women act up, when you have to shit on them, always return it to a positive. This is just regular management stuff. If I was a manager, I got a disciplined employee, I'll take them to the side, discipline them, and then bring it back to a positive. You know, I enjoy the work you're doing. Let's try to do better in the future. We just had this little bump, but we can get over this. That's how you do your women. Again, remember I teach, run your game like a business. Do you see what running my game like a business gets me with women? I said, I believe in you. I'm happy that life brought us together. I love using destiny. Women love destiny. We were meant to be together. You'll see that when a girl's trying to break up with you, she'll say stuff like, we just weren't meant to be together. Women believe in destiny. Again, I'm dropping some gold, some prime rib, versus giving you guys some worms. If you can survive its test, then we will be there. Okay, talk to me. How do you feel now? She goes, I read every IM and email at least 20 times to internalize it. And that's what women do with my emails or my IM contacts, as they call them. Because I don't always get it the first or second time. And this woman played chess. Very intelligent. Your mouth should always be your woman's prayer book, as we used to say in the old days. That's my lesson to the fellows I was teaching this to. Then read this one as your daily mantra. She goes, I'm not dumb. Guess I know now it's my focus. I should have shit on her for saying I'm not dumb, because that to me was, don't say that like that to me. Cut and paste the important parts. She goes, thank you, I will. And lack of discipline, self-discipline, and mental discipline. And it goes on. And then I do the carrot and stick. What does she want? Me. Me to be turned on by her. And I gave her my dick is throbbing for you, which it wasn't. But I just gave it to her. I said that to her. Then back to her teaching, reinforcing what I say. I said, your submissiveness is your strength. Now I was dealing with the submissive. You guys know that BDSM stuff, what is that movie, 50 Shades of Grey stuff? I was on the edge of that. Didn't beat ass, never got into that tying up weird shit. I didn't wear leather. I just controlled my women like a pimp. I seemed to attract a ton of women after I became really dominant with females. I said, you have more strength than 10 of those regular women out there. You walk over lesser men, which she did. She had men hitting on her all day long, which is why you've been so unhappy. Yes, Daddy, it's the truth. We are of the old energy of man on this planet. So remember I told you guys, isolate the two of you. You and her against the world. You two are unique. You saw that in my lesson yesterday with the email seduction. That shit works. If you learn to use it and learn to use your words. I said we are out of time. We come from the hunter-gatherer folk. And that's why I think a lot of those BDSM people, well, actually, I read the book by Steele Dorr. She said they developed during the Renaissance period. But I think the energy goes a little bit deeper in the planet than that. But continuing. Not the grain-growing people who killed off the old ones. Now, if you study society, we originally hunter-gatherers. Then mankind formed villages and towns, and they started to fight off the hunter-gatherers. They were coming raiding, for food. They killed my people down to 5%. I'm of hunter-gatherer. As I did that one test that I had to measure my leg length, the shins, the thighs, the arm length. I did all that measurement. I already knew I was hunter-gatherer. But anyway, is the estimate of men who carry this gene. People carry this gene. She goes, really? Wow. Always have something to teach your women. This is pimp knowledge right here. Always have something to teach your women. I said to her, I've always felt different, unique, even weird, which is true. She goes, I'm slowing down, Daddy. It does help. Thank you. I'm wet and excited now, yearning for you. I'll quit being afraid now. I like that women were afraid also. That kind of turned me on. Afraid that I would, get mad at them. Afraid that I would leave them. Basically, when you can bring your woman heaven or hell with your words, that's power. And that's why I learned to develop, which I really don't teach. But this is an example of it. I said, what are you afraid of? What you said the other day, cutting me out, cutting you off because of me being stupid, she says. Yes, I see. Your fear will teach you respect and submission to your man. Yes, Daddy, you are my master. Bam. Don't need to go any further. Let's get back to our chit-chat shit. That's how I fucking ran my game. Hopefully you guys were paying attention and not chit-chatting like faggots. In the game, did you ever have a woman flake on you? Yeah. I had females flake. What you call flakes, at least with me, shit happens. If you're referring to just like they didn't want to come over and they just didn't feel like it, no. I've dealt with grown-ass people. Well, some of the women were kids, but my sex was good enough to where they yearned to come over. Okay? But shit happened. Like some of them had kids. One of the kids was sick. I remember that. One girl got called in to work. See, I wasn't raised in this PUA community where they instill that fear in you that she doesn't just want to be with you. Don't believe her excuses. Plus, you saw how I am. So my women got in line. As you see with my own girlfriend. By the way, I tuned Jovina's mind up yesterday. Supreme, get a USB drive, put everything. I already did that for presentations and make it easier instead of searching through many folders. This is the laptop that Grease gave me, and he had wanted it back when he was supposed to come to town. He faded away to nothing, disappeared. So that's why I haven't tried to put anything on this computer. Okay. Racy, preach on Supreme. Don Alfonso, I just want to get a better understanding. Remo, I need to get deeper understanding in my game. That's the only way I see my game improving. Still having to deal with a lot of mixed signals in the game with these women. Supreme, everything is correct. I got charged once now with the book. Got the refund. Good. Thanks for fixing it. You're very welcome. There are people that have, when you go to my 4 mix, you only click it once. Whenever I go through twice, I always refund them. I don't steal from people, ever. I don't want anybody to do it to me, and I wouldn't do it to anyone else. Brian, Supreme, in your view, is living with your parents not by choice, real man? Well, you copped out with that not by choice. It's always a choice. I'm old enough to move out, but I have to take care of my single mom, do all house duties, cooking, laundry, etc. Again, I've been sick for over 7 years. I don't know how much longer I'll be doing this. I want to be done by June, but Grease faded away. So excuse my coughing that you've seen me doing for the last 5 months. Hold on. I'm old enough to... There are certain situations, like Remo has one, his father moved in with him. There are certain situations where you just got to do what you got to do. Okay? Don Alfonso, I'm right brain. I kind of thought you would be, Don, by the way you communicate. My left thumb was on top. Lackish. You didn't start talking to her like that from the beginning, did you? No, the beginning was feeling her out. Let's see. I think this is number 1. Nope, this is I had her send a letter to one of her other dude, and his name was Ken. I've met my match, my daddy, the man I will and can groove with, so I'm no longer available. I belong to someone. I hope you find who and what you are looking for, as I have been so blessed to find. Claudia. Daddy, this is what I sent. What a relief to have you. Know you are my man. My search is over. By the way, that's what women are looking for, is the one. And when they find him, their search is over. And there are times I wish I had actually kept her. And I feel truly blessed to have you as my master. I was going to the edges of that game to never have settled for seconds and imitations again. I have the best, my other half, to make me whole for the first time in my life, your baby girl. Let's get back to this. Don't want to spend a lot of time there. Somewhere she saved these for me, by the way. She saved all of our IM contacts. I had her send them to me. She has a Mac, and she sent them some kind of Mac file that I couldn't access, and I had to have her switch them up for me. Hold on. This one she's saying, good morning, Daddy. By the way, how big do you like your women? Because I like bigger women. I've gained 5 pounds, but had lost 3 pounds. Looks like all/most muscle. She was working out. But I'm not trying to balk at the scale, which is my habit. I look much better in my jeans yesterday, I noticed. Thank you. I think you will love it. Yes, Daddy, grab my ass, flip me any way you want. Please take me everywhere, every way. There's not like having a girl you can do whatever you want to. And her head game was on point. She also gave great massage. She has studied to be a massage therapist. When I went over there, I was treated like a king. Her food was excellent. Her conversation was intelligent. She was Jewish. Those Jews tend to be very, very intelligent. Not putting a racial thing, but I just happened to notice that. Russian Jew. Give me that big ass dick of yours. Putting those big paws all over my body, and in it. Give me that big ass dick of yours. Drive him so deep I scream, moan, soak the bed. See how women communicate? I scream, moan, soak the bed, bite, suck on my nipples. Handle me, please. I want it all. My panties are always wet for you. I said that to her, make your panties wet. That's my language. And she went, trying to mind fuck me. She went on and on. I'll see if I can find, probably saw on another computer, but the earliest conversations. I think I shared that once with my forum. Brian, she can't take care of herself anymore. Sometimes this holds me back talking to women. Brian, I'm sorry you got that issue with your mom. Hope it gets better for you. If you make enough money, you could hire someone to be there so that you can actually work, get your work done. Phil T. Supreme, thank you for the advices when you say run it like a business. Is she an employee or a customer? She's an employee. You put her to work. You don't put customers to work. Phil T. Wow, you need to teach me to write and control a woman like that example. You Jelly Supreme. Why I said USB drive is you can just unplug it. You don't have to worry about it. Bring it on. Yeah, you're right. And I had actually done that, but I've lost the stick somewhere, and I've got tons of fucking sticks. On the floor back here, some buckets with a bunch of computer stuff on there. And then I've got my office. It's probably in the office. I'm going to have to organize one of the small ones to have like 2 gigabytes on them so that I can show you guys stuff without getting in trouble for showing you the nude shit, the nasty shit. Abdul, question. I had to get rid of my virginity by professional. Okay. I did the same thing, in case anybody didn't know that. I was in high school. I went down to the place called 4th and T. It took me, I think, the second try I got it, I was able to get it. First time, I think some cops, no, that was the second time. Cops scared me off. They told me to, move along. I actually had a car then. No, it was the second time. So the first time I rode the bus down there. By professional, and I remember you said when you first get pussy, the flow opens, but I felt the same. And no girl seems to notice on energy perspective. Well, Abdul, when I talked about that, usually it was supposed to be with the starter chick. That way you're getting regular sex. Usually when you go to a professional, if you do the mental thing right, the flow opens. If you think of her as just, okay, feeling bad, I had to pay for sex. Oh, I'm ashamed. You close the flow. Leon, what holds more power, words or the dick? Pimps say they cut the dick off and still pimp chicks. So I would have to say words. Look at, again, using politics. Look at the power that Donald Trump has over the Trumpers' minds. Did he fuck them? Mentally, but did he fuck them physically? No. Supreme, a woman that can cook, massage therapist, intelligent sounds, and wants to treat you like a king, nothing better than that. I agree, you jelly. Jovina, she's working at a casket company, believe it or not. That's kind of creepy. And she did a lot of sewing. Her fingers are weak. She can't massage very well. But every night, you guys remember she would, she always... I do the Al Bundy thing. Remember Al Bundy? Peg Al Bundy would curl in the fetal position, and Peg would, put her hands around his neck, and they'd go to sleep. I'm the same thing. I curl in the fetal position, and she strokes my back and neck. Not really the fetal position, but, I turn over so she can scratch my back, and she don't rub my head anymore because I don't like it. Something about Jovina's energy, there's something wrong. Because I can't breathe. I start hyperventilating in my breathing. So I don't want her touching me. And in fact, I sleep away from her now. I haven't figured out what it is. Now, in human design, she is what's called a generator. And generators have a lot of energy. I'm what's called a manifester. That's that hunter-gatherer thing. And their energy overwhelms a manifestor's energy and makes us conform. I've conformed by living here. I conformed by getting out of the game. They make us their little bitches. Although I'm not a little bitch. But my my body has been rejecting her energy. If she lays her hand too long on me, I really can't breathe. I start hyperventilating. Don't understand why. It's an energy thing. Looks like Abdul took his words back. Okay, Abdul. Abdul. How tall are you, Abdul? And I believe you live in a different country, as I recall. I know you're African descent. With the name Abdul, you are either East African or Northern West African, correct? Or even North African, I forgot about that. So, where are your people from? What country? Supreme, I was losing my capacity to breathe the last 6 months or more, but has helped is I got a new bed and it make it where my sleep apnea. When she does that, I'm awake. It's not sleep apnea. I've had sleep apnea. I lost weight and it went away. A lot of your experiences with women was trial and error. A long time ago, I would call it trial and error. Actually, I was out there just fucking and learning as I went along. I really can't say trial and error because that means I failed. And when I first started fucking a lot of chicks, I was teaching something called aerobics that was new back then. So I fucked a lot of students. So yeah, trial and error in that, on which ones would, not come in yelling in my class because she found out I was fucking some other student in the class. Trial and error when I was 29, I said, I want to open my mouth and start talking to women. And that's how I developed mind fucking. I was 29 years of age. I'm having sex. I wanted to break, you know how we have sex with girls and we're kind of introverted. We don't let the real person come out and fuck her. I wanted to break that block, that wall that I had. And I wanted to be able to say whatever the fuck I wanted to say and just release my orgasm so that I could come louder and be more powerful. So I started learning how to talk and basically break that wall inside. And after I learned all that, I also wanted to learn to talk to women during sex that would influence their minds. Because I studied hypnosis in 8th and 9th grade. And I want to start applying some of that to have power over women. So I started doing that at age 33. What is the difference between a manifester and a manifesting generator? And I'm 6 feet. I was born in Georgia, but my parents are from the Ivory Coast. So that's Central Africa then. And the Arab, yeah, I guess they did, yeah. Timbuktu, the whole, Arabic thing was that far down. Okay. What's the difference is if you're a manifesting generator, that means you actually are really just a generator. You're the in-between ones. Before on the planet, it was just us manifestors. Then we're looking at the energy of man. Mankind began to learn to harvest grains. Now, people like me, we're scatterbrains. I couldn't manage a farm because I couldn't stand there and watch my crops grow. I don't have that kind of attention span. So mankind needed the kind of energy where a person could watch the crops grow and spend time on the land. So you're the crossover to the generators. So what they say is you have to represent yourself as just being a generator. Okay? Generators, they have the ability to focus. That's why a lot of them are nerds. They have the ability to focus on, for hours, like on programs, writing programs. They have the ability to focus completely on one subject. But also they get up at 6 in the morning. They can work till sundown. So I only work a couple hours. I tried corporate work. About killed me. I don't have the ability to work for long hours, nor do I have the mental focus. That's the downside of people like me. You see me get a little scattered, just in my teaching. Thanks for reminding me that you're in Georgia also. I should have known because I see an American car standing behind you. And you're also on the on the driver's side. In England, you would be on the other side. You just got to have that car. Actually, it looks like it might be a 4-door. Next question, fellows. Shut up. I think Greece would have been a good replacement for me. Really, I'm left-brained, but I'm not good at math and get distracted really easily. Math is a left-brain activity, but I can work for long hours, and I have a big imagination. That's good you can work for long hours. You taught yourself that. That's part of your energy. You're the crossovers, I said. So mankind began to harvest grains. They need a different type of animal or man. Then we begin to develop villages. And we need a different energy to manage people. That's why projectors, I believe it's projectors, are the natural managers. A lot of people on my forum actually end up being projectors. I thought a lot of them would come out as generator energy. Now that's looking at the energy, your base auric energy as they call it. So we're going into a little bit of quantum physics here. In quantum physics, we learn about morphic fields. Mankind has a certain energy that's representation of mankind. Because remember in physics, they teach you that everything is energy. So if mankind we break it down to our base, we're energy. So of course there'd be different types of energy within man. Supreme, I'm not sure if I'm right brain or left. Do this. This will decide what you are. Do this, you jelly. What thumb is on top? If it's your left thumb on top, then you are right brained. Okay? If it's your right thumb that naturally goes on top, then you are the other side. Doesn't matter if you do everything from the heart or an absolute mind, you want to know what's your dominant side. So what'd you come out? And if you try to reverse it, it'll feel awkward. You'll notice that. And please don't be one of those guys that say, it doesn't feel awkward, it feels normal. Don't do that, man. Well, you're not like that. Those are guys that want to be, they want to be, I'm multi-brained. They want to be something. My left is on top. You're one of my people. Lackish, I'm left brain. Cool. Left brain people have better focus. They have better use of words. It's the logical side of the brain. Supreme left thumb on top feels... Well, what did you naturally put on top also? When you go like this, what thumb comes on top? If you go like this real fast, bam, what thumb's on top? My left thumb is on top. I can't, see, I tried to do it with the other thumb. Look how my fingers are all fucked up now. I tried to make the right thumb, look what happened. It doesn't work that way. End up breaking your fingers. Left thumb on top, you're one of my people, right-brained. So that's your problem, man. You're right-brained. James Martin left. Damn, unfortunate. There's a lot of you out there. Left one for me too. That means you're right brain. Phil T, I'm right brain. What does it mean for game? It means you have better ability to connect to women. You have a better ability to see clearly, eye contact, because we're more spatially aware. We can, good peripheral vision, we can see things. Which reminds me, getting back to the hunter-gatherer thing, we tend to be, there's a guy named, what's his name? Tom, Thom, and he has some videos on YouTube talking about the newest skills that are in the workforce. You need to start adding right brain activity. He had a book out because has slight ADD also. We tend to have slight ADD. And he said that's left over from primitive man. In the jungle, let's go back to Africa. In the jungle, if we were living in the jungle, we had to have the ability to hyper-focus outward to watch for either game or predators. Then we need the ability to hyper-focus in on our game. So we had to be able to feel and hear and see all around us at the same time for, let's say, leopards. Leopards love to sneak through the bush and jump on you. If mankind didn't have that ability, he would not have survived. And right thumb on top means your left brain. Okay? I'm left brain. So right brain people, I think we were the first one on the planet, personally. And then as we developed, we need logic. People were good with logic. So the brain was already split in two. We had that logic side. I think we had our dominant side, the creative side, and we accessed. I don't know. I wasn't there though. But I do think at least the dominant ones, the majority of people were right brain with that slight ADD ability to focus outwards. But in the game, you could see eye contact. You could feel when a woman likes you. Left brain people tend to be very nerdy and bookish. So they need absolute proof that the girl likes them. They're like hardwired. I'm going to be like a little nerd. She looked at me for exactly 9.3 seconds. I need more proof. Whereas us right brain people, we can scan, see it, and feel it. Okay, that's the advantage. It makes the game easier for you. Abdul, and I'm sorry if I made fun of left brain people. I decided to do meditation on chakra, and my root and solar plexus chakra are very low, and my sacral was 38%. How long would it take? I don't know. Every person's different there, brother. Cool. Tell you what's up, Supreme. Right thumb is on top. As I said, your left brain. Supreme, how do you find your calling? That is a good question. Finally, a good question. Because I'm working my calling. If you still don't know what do in love you on a phone or just a poor typist. If you still don't know what do in love I don't know what you mean. I could figure it out. What made it click for you that you became a dating guru? Did you have the traditional jobs? I'm a personal trainer, Brian. I've owned a personal training business for the last 30 years. I don't have a studio as of June. I now rent someone else's studio. I put all my equipment in my garage. My leg press is right outside my window. See that machine right there? That's a leg press. I've owned that thing for 29 years, about 30 years. I didn't have a traditional job. Before I did that, had a traditional job at a corporation called Pacific Bell Telephone. And before that, I was a manager for what's something called Shortstop. I also worked at AM PMs. Before that, going back in my work history, I worked as a civilian employee on a military base. In between that, I've created different businesses. For example, when I was working for the Pacific Bell, I went to them and said, I want to teach an aerobics class in your main auditorium. And I started the business. I created the business. I collected the money myself. They gave me the room for free. And I've done that multiple times. I've done master's classes where, people come to the gym, pay their money at the door, and I split the profits with the gym. Because I was a master instructor. People love to come take my class. All over Sacramento. I've been in the newspaper multiple times for either teaching aerobics or personal training. I learned to teach hip hop, stuff like that. I've got the gold certification in cardio kickboxing through 24-hour fitnesses, people that license with them. So basically I was a fitness instructor. What made me? I taught myself to get really good in the game. Back in the late 90s, I started teaching this white guy that was an ex-priest who was actually a closet homosexual. I taught him how to get women. Then he told me about something that always been a goal of mine since high school. In the black community, we always want to learn how to become a pimp. I'd already gotten girls to give me cars, cash, all that kind of stuff, take me on trips. And next level for me was learn about the pimp game. So he got this movie called American Pimp. And I got online and I started searching for, pimp. I found what's called the Pimp's Network. So I got in there and there were actual real street pimps in there. But there were also guys that wanted to learn, basically it was really just guys that wanted to learn from pimps on how to get women, which was stupid. It was beyond stupid. Trying to learn from a pimp how to get women because a pimp knows how to put a woman on the streets. You learn from a player how to get women or a dating coach because pimp advice is not going to apply to square people, squares. That's what they call normal daters, squares. Like even my player advice is not good for you daters. As you saw, you weren't here earlier, but you were here earlier. I showed you my contact with a girl. Think about if I said, this is what you want to say to a girl, and you're trying to get a girlfriend. That's the wrong advice. That's why I don't show that stuff very often. That's why I don't teach that. Because most of you guys just want a girlfriend, to be honest, if you're honest with yourselves. But I started giving advice on the Pimp's Network. Then from there, someone posted a link and it said, shh, I see simps. Just after that movie back then, shh, I see dead people. Shh, I see simps. And there was a link to a site called So Suave. If you been talking to pimps, you go to So Suave, they're nothing but some fucking simps. They're like the trash of the dating community back then, because that's how far up in the game I was. So I went there and I really toned down what I was trying to teach to these virgins. So I started giving dating advice. But I already knew that I was born to be a teacher. I was born to teach. That's my calling, is to teach. Teach me something, I'll teach others how to do it. I don't care what it is. Teach me how to teach English, I'll go teach other people how to teach English. But that's what I shine at, is teaching. Breaking something down into steps that you can understand, that make sense, that are normal. I don't do nerd steps. So I started giving advice. I ran into tons of trolls on that site. I started showing photos of women that I was meeting, and I didn't realize that it was actually a site full of virgins. They were getting jealous. There were Caucasian males. I'm an African American. They knew I was black, and I don't know if you're Latin. So if you know about, no offense to you, Jelly, but Caucasian males see this black dude fucking white women, because I was posting white women's photos. Of course, they're gonna have an attitude. I didn't know what they looked like at the time, but it was white and Asian males. So they start doing a lot of trolling, a lot of hateration. If you go to So Suave and type in player_supreme, a lot of my posts will come up. You'll see that it's mostly guys were attacking me. I got tired of the shit. Plus, I was banned because I started arguing back with these fools. Notice I call them fools. And I finally went to a site called Fast Seduction. Because I thought, okay, these people, because I heard of a guy named something NYC. And his game was like mine, or at least close to, it was like my kind of game. Talking to bitches and fucking bitches and shit like that. So I went there looking for him. I wanted someone to talk to. When you're in the game like this, as a player, you are lonely for males to talk to. That's why I enjoyed talking to Grease. He had enough game that I could talk to him. So out of loneliness, I went there, looking for people to talk to, other players to talk to. Because nobody understood what I was talking about, as you saw earlier. Look at the level of game that I was at. Do you think a beginner on So Suave would understand? How many guys even understand what I was doing if I didn't point it out? So, Sex for You NYC or something like that. He actually wasn't on there anymore. But I stayed there and I started communicating. The same thing started happening. They had a chat room. I go in the chat rooms, start talking to people, and people start, doing hateration. Although I do have on this computer, apparently they liked me enough that they archived all of my posts. So I found those. But from there, I started the first podcast show that was in the dating community, because I went to radio school, National Broadcasting Radio School. I graduated from there. And I never got a chance to work in radio. It didn't pay enough money to support my wife and kids. So I started the first podcast show in this community. And your calling will find you. That's what I'm trying to show you. How my calling found me, and I had the right skills. What do guys need? They need to build their bodies. I'm a personal trainer. What do guys also need? They need to learn how to fuck. I learned how to fuck. I read books on it in high school. I learned how to control my dick. What do guys need? They need to know how to dress. That I lack knowledge in, but my girlfriend, she went and studied. What else do guys need? How to dance. I taught dance. Somehow I just have all the right skills that you males actually need. And I actually really was shy. I don't just put out those sales stories that they have copywriters write for them. I was shy when I first started, and I met this guy, and he gave me the secrets. I was shy, as you guys saw my high school photo. I was a geek. I was a goober. So your calling will either find you, or you can sit down. I like to start with your purpose in life, because that's really your calling. Calling. When you say calling, I think of religion. And I do have that book that they put out years ago on that religious one. My ex-wife bought it for me, and I had 3 copies of it. 2 other different girls bought it for me back in the 90s. How to Find Your Calling or something like that. It was based on religion. I like to say purpose. What were you born for? So if you sit down and start writing, my purpose is to, and then write what you think, and keep writing till you'll feel it. When I realized my purpose was to teach, that felt right to me. Teach what? I'm trying to leave this community, start teaching in the fitness community online, by the way. Because do I really want to make another one of me? that fuck women up out there in the world? I don't think so. I don't think I really want to create another Player Supreme. I do want to help guys, in their dating game, but I don't want to create another one of me, like, doing what I did out there. You jelly, Supreme, makes sense. It seems like I'm more aware than more people. Exactly. You're right-brained. Remo, I guess I'm right-brained, but I can be very technical and analytical. I put together websites. Brian, finish up the statement in life. James Martin, yep, definitely right-brained. How am I getting so many right-brained people? See, if I was to think, I would think everybody would be like left-brained and nerdy. I've noticed that my market has changed. Like, I had a lot of Caucasian males. Slowly over time is come to just, a lot of black dudes. No offense to you, Remo, and other black dudes. I didn't like the change, by the way. I'd rather deal with a lot of everybody, but white guys quit listening to me. They rather listen to someone who looks like them. I understand. Plus, it's like, white guys listen to Tyreek. I don't know why. Because Tyreek, when he teaches the game, he talks from a black perspective. Like, they don't have ghetto hoes in the white community and all those other names he used to define, different types of black women. They have no idea what he's talking about. How do you get a girl to like you? First of all, learn to like yourself and being likable. I know that sounds like a mystery, but if you meditate on it for the rest of the day, you'll see that I'm telling the truth. Be likable. What do girls like in men? Now, that should have been the question that you should have asked. Girls like a man with a sense of humor, basic guy with flavor. Okay, they like a man to be dominant. Yeah. And they like a man to have some confidence. That's how having those will get a girl to like you. Now, if you want to keep her, same thing. You got to have that flavor, but also you want to be able to fuck. If you can't fuck, you destroy all of that. Because girls don't put up that shit anymore. A long time ago, I got on the subject of that one chick or maybe it was yesterday, but she tolerated it. But then she found me, who made her squirt. So, go figure. And she had a black dude she was dating that was on the roids. He had to take a shot to get his dick up. Abdul, Supreme. By the way, that particular woman, I'm going to teach you guys something here about the way girls make up their eyes. Let's see if I can find her photo. Well, I'll show you her photo. I'll prepare I got a piece of paper. I can't show you this photo. She's got a big ass. She's on her knees, and it says Player Supreme on it. And I took a picture of it. But I'll just hide their faces. She's this girl right here. This is the girl that I said was kind of has some masculine energy. She wanted to get with my girl. I did a threesome with these two chicks. That's me. Now, if you look at my eyes, what do my eyes communicate to you? Do I look like I had trouble with women? Do I look like I was afraid to talk to chicks? Do I look like I had the issues you guys are having? I'm afraid to walk over. I'm not confident in the bedroom. Or do these eyes not communicate that I'm the motherfucking shit? Notice I'm not big grinning it, showing teeth. I got a slight smirk on my face. So, yeah, let me get back on point here. I have one photo to show you. I want to teach you about women that do the black mascara eye makeup. Her father was a lot older, was an old dude that married a young chick. Okay? And hold on. This is her. Yeah, you can see it. You can see the makeup around her eyes. Girls that do that type of makeup. Let me know if you can see. I think she's not nude here. Okay, cool. Kind of nude. Yeah, you can't see anything here. Yeah, she's covered. She gave me those photos. She sent them to me. I didn't take these. She got on her bed and did the photos herself. So anyways, when they do that around their eyes, if you ever go watch Cheaters. The girls that, how do I say this? Here's my old studio. That's one of my clients. They tend to be easy, if I can use that word. I met her, where the fuck did I meet this bitch? I met her at a gay club. That's what it was. A place called Faces, because that's the only place she went. And she was straight. She hung out with gay dudes because they gave her attention. Then I didn't really go on a date with her, but we met at a club. I used to go outdoor to Faces after I came for the clubs. If I didn't pull or my boy Craig needed my place to fuck, they sold hot dogs there outside. They sold footlongs. Fags and their foot-long hot dogs and their fantasies. So I went up inside there and I met her. I used to go there, but I did go there with the MAC makeup chick because she had clients that went there. A lot of straight girls actually went to gay clubs. Anyway, so was back at this other club. I took her to a club, then went to my place. We boned. She squirted. Big deal. And someone just came back home and will shut the fuck up.
What? Oh my God, I've never heard you guys talk about that.
I know, but I'm trying to be respectful to you, though. Because I've been mean for the last few days. Yes. Huh? Make it on Valentine's Day.
Tuesday.
Is it Tuesday? Okay.
Just want to go to dinner, that's all.
Yeah, it sounds good to me. I'll buy you a meal, baby.
Oh, jeez. It's almost time for lunch, speaking of meal.
Where was I, fellas? See, that's that right brain thing. I was talking about her. I was teaching about the eye makeup. Those kind of girls, they tend to be easier. I don't want to say sluts, but she was kind of on the fast side. She was actually, as I said, she had that black dude you've seen. She had a husband, and then she was seeing me. And then Jovi and I used to go to the club. You remember Robin?
Oh, yes. Of course.
Yeah.
I remember.
Even with Jovina, she would still come sniffing around. Because I would go to Face. I went to Face a few times with Jovina. I think one of her sons is gay, and I think we went there for that. No, we used to go to the Sunday thing for entertainment because they would do the show. Yeah, they do a show. Yeah, a couple times, and she would be up in there. Let's see. Oh, Supreme, will you ever do a product to help find your purpose? I want to start a part-time business in my life. I have been told I have healing hands. I love working out, dancing, and speaking. I just had a flash for you there, Abdul. Metaphysics needs more healers. You could do workshops because you need public speaking skills for that. A combination of meditative dance and healing of hands. Start studying that. Now, metaphysical people are great people. I love that crowd, being around them. If you have the ability to heal with your hands, you channel energy, they'll love you. If you can do workshops where you could combine dancing and healing together, there'd be a big market for that. That market is actually is penetrating this market. Years ago, there was a guy that was one of my personal training clients. He was also with the San Francisco Layer, this PUA community. If you watch my video that I put up, he's the guy that interrupted shit because he felt like he could because he knew me. He had just taken a workshop, paid a lot of money for it, and all he got out of it was to go, ah! That was it. I'm serious, that was it. Somehow they're teaching, and he's an engineer. Okay, that's like the biggest of geeks and nerds. He's such a nerd. When he first came back, he's wearing the old Daisy Duke running shorts that guys wore back in the 90s that showed you see the jock strap. And he sat down, his nuts would fall out.
Oh.
You remember how?
Yes.
What did he wear?
Daisy Duke.
Daisy Dukes.
Oh.
That's how socially inept he was.
That was just too much information. Too much.
Wasn't he also a weirdo?
Yeah.
You ever notice that?
Very nerdy.
Yeah, super nerdy. Why was I bringing Hal up? I don't know.
You forgot?
Yeah. It'll come to me. I'm reading Find Your Purpose. I love working. So anyways, he took that fucking workshop, and it was like metaphysical training to tap into your inner gut or something like that. So he came into my goddamn studio doing that with the girls in there. Ha! Nerds, they have no social concept. Engineers can be some of the worst. IT, you guys are right up there with them. That's nice talk. Abdul, I really don't know how to go about. My major is communications, but I don't know what I want to do. Take public speaking. You'll love it. You'll learn to be a great communicator. Then you'll find your niche. Supreme, you don't have to apologize. I love to hear people's life stories. I like to apologize. Apologize. Speaking of apologies, Brian says it's a typo. What I meant, if you still don't know what to do in life. Thank you so much for the life and dating lesson, Supreme. Real talk. Thank you for being here. Dwayne is liking it, saying, preach. Remo, Supreme, if you're meeting a chick for the first time late night on a Sunday, where would you go? Remember, I always bought chicks in my place, Remo. If it was Sunday night, and I have done this, I went out dancing on Sunday nights. I didn't really take a chick there, but wait a minute. I think I did one time. It was back when house music was getting really popular and raves started. Yeah. That girl I was just talking about. We didn't go on a date. I met her at this other club. And it wasn't Sunday, it was actually Saturday. But, I met her at a club. I actually met a bitch at some weird club somewhere near downtown Sacramento back then. They were opening up, clubs left and right back then. And I met her there. She liked the place, and so I'll check it out with you. Supreme, your eyes look like you're living life, enjoying yourself, and not having a care in the world, and the world is yours. Exactly. That's on that photo that I showed you of me. How do you give off a nice, happy, open vibe? I think I give off an angry, closed vibe when I'm out, even when I'm not trying to. Okay, think about the photo that I showed. Do I look like I walk the streets, skipping around, trying to be all happy? Hi, how you doing? Hi, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Do you think that was me? I didn't give off a happy vibe. I gave off a sex vibe. But if you want to do a happy vibe, think of something that makes you smile. Like when I teach in my Plenty of Fish pimping product to get your eyes to twinkle when you do the photograph, I would think of my first car. It was a piece of shit, 67 Riviera Grand Sport, but I love that fucking car, fellas. It was my first car. Think of your first date.
Your first love.
Wow. Yeah, your first love, yeah. Use that in tragedy, so I don't think of that kind of shit.
No, the car, I mean.
Yeah, thank you. Here's how much I know about Jovina. Jovina's never had a first love in her life. She never loved anybody. Because that's the kind of woman she is.
Well, that's not true.
I'm not your first love. Your first love was Lewis.
No, not really.
Because he took the panties. He's the first.
You pretty much didn't out there. My witness.
Yeah, they don't know who Lewis is. He was black and Portuguese.
Not that,
Let's see. Supreme. Okay, Nas. Remo. Supreme. My ex wants to get back in the picture. She wanted to meet me for dinner. Fuck that. I told her to pay for it, and we'll meet up next week. Okay, that's better. As far as you paying for it, fuck that. That's the one that broke up with you on your fucking birthday.
What?
I don't think so.
Who does that?
I know, who does that? Even cold-hearted ass Jovina won't do some shit like that.
No, I would not do that.
Bring up on your birthday.
Hey, wait a minute. You called me cold-hearted.
About time you paid attention.
I missed that. That's rude.
What's that name of that song I dedicated to you?
Heartless?
Heartless, yeah. You jelly, Supreme. Really? Daisy Dukes on a Duke? Yeah. No, he's not a homosexual at all. He's just socially... Back in those days, all the runners wore those same shorts. And this is going up, from the early 90s. And he did aerobics in those things. Because I remember the same shorts in my aerobics class. Guys started coming to aerobics class because all the hot babes were in my class. If there was a hot babe that did aerobics in town, she'd find her way down to my gym and take classes from me. I had women come from all over. And because it was ultra hard, I was a damn good teacher, and I was also an African-American male. Male instructors were popular. They'd even take the gay guys' classes, too. But there weren't very many males that taught aerobics. So anyways, dudes start showing up. Normal dudes, though. There was a couple of guys in there. I didn't know they were homosexual because they had beards. They were normal. I thought they were normal dudes, just buddies. And I learned way after I'd finished with that gym, it was way in the future that they were homosexuals. I had no idea. Normally I could spot it. They were two short, stocky dudes. One was blonde, one had dark hair. They had their beards. They seemed like normal guys. Samir Khan. That's the name. Khan. I'm working with the Khan, a guy whose his father is what's the name of the East Indians that they English split up? Pakis, Pakistani.
Oh, Pakistan.
Yeah, he's a Paki, and his mom was Scottish. Supreme, I'm living with parents. Who of East Indian isn't? And absorb a lot of bad energy from the family. How can I manage this and avoid this? Get the fuck out. Be a man. Get out there on your own. I don't know why you guys stay living up in your families. With your families, man. That's a cultural thing. And think about the females. They got to deal with your culture. In America, a 30-year-old man living with his parents. Think about that. And you see why it becomes such a turnoff there, brother. You guys got to get the hell out your mommy and daddy's house. Stop eating their food. Stop having mommy do all this stuff for you and get out there and do it yourself. Especially when they're giving you, and I know about the bad energy because I have a guy I talk to all the time that's in England. So I know about the bad energy that your dad will put on you. Damn it, I was getting ready to do my Indian accent. Fuck. But I lost it.
You can't do it.
I can't do it now. I was going to do an Indian dad. Submit. Why are you not doing a better job? I can't do it. God damn it. Let me try. I'm from India. Fuck it. Supreme, if I'm pulling a girl from online, they won't come to your house the first time you're meeting. No, they won't. You want to meet them, as I did, for either a drink date or a coffee date. Okay? I don't think I've ever pulled a girl right from online to my house. Yeah, we always, because that was my MO. Meet up, then go, hey, let's go to my place for a little while. If the vibe was right. There were some girls that I didn't let in my house, though. Because I met them up and they were, wasn't what I thought. There's a few of those, but most of them meet at, I always do the Starbucks on Alhambra, Jovina, in case you want to know my past places. Sometimes I'll take them to Dave's place to get a drink, and then,
Zebra Club.
Yeah, Zebra Club. Like with Jovina.
That's where you took me.
Yeah, I know I took you there. To get her relaxed a little bit, we poured a drink down her throat. And then I kissed her a little bit. Then I suggest, hey, let's go back to my place. And that's when she told me, no, you came back to my place, then told me you're on your fucking period. Right?
Yeah, oh, well, yes.
You bait and switched.
I did not.
You're supposed to tell a brother you're on your period
I did
first.
cancel the meetup, the date, so.
You met me just bleeding out like a stuck fucking pig.
God. Like,
Now that I think about that, that's fucked up.
okay, why are you telling everybody that?
That's not nothing. No, think about it. I'm hoping to get laid, and you're bleeding out.
Oh, yeah.
See how women are, man?
Yeah, see who we are?
See how they are?
Shame on us for doing what's natural.
You should have made it for another date. Hey, you know what? I'm actually on my period. Let's meet up. Because you know shit's going to end in sex. Well, you probably didn't think it would end in sex, did you?
Well, I knew it would eventually. I just didn't know.
You knew it would eventually. Okay. So you were thinking I wouldn't be getting no panties the first fucking day. How dare you?
Shame on me.
Shame on you. Supreme, I'm pulling a girl from, you can't say shit about gays to women nowadays. Yeah, to some women. That's why I like natural females. They're not down for that shit. They're very feminine. They're very aware of the energy of men. I'm 25 years old, but according to my parents, I'm still not grown yet. What group are you fucking in? Nas Wilmer. Isn't Wilmer, is that a German name? Or would it be Wilmer? You know, I had to learn to accept my kids as adults too. It's hard. My mother, I yelled at her on the way home from the doctor because she's trying to treat me like I was a child. I think I talked about that. It's hard for a parent to accept their kids as grown adults. Supreme, she said she was on her period. You can say, it's okay, baby. You can open your mouth and get skull fucked. She sucks at that. I also had issues about that. Only certain women can do it for me. They'd have some, hand strength and hand stamina. There's been massive feminization of men in Europe. Massive feminization of men in the United States as well, James Martin. Samir, Supreme, I'm starting your confidence kicker program again that I purchased in 2012. I don't know if I still have that one available, but good luck. After following the rules and techniques you make us do, I see massive changes to my confidence as I feel more manly. You should have the first time. There, Samir. If you're trying to overcome the stigma of living with your mommy and daddy, the only way to change that is to actually move out and get an apartment. And Samir, I know you got some fucking money. That's why you're there saving up so your parents and you can buy your first house and have your arranged marriage. Don't do the arranged marriage, man. All the Indian guys I talk to, they end up being bitches. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. If you're in America, don't do it, man. Find your own female. I don't care if she's in the Indian community or not, but make sure she's Americanized. Or actually, sometimes the old ones, can be, the fresh off the boat, as they say, fresh, from the old country. That can be good. As long as she has some good values to take care of the home and take care of her man. I say find your own love. Don't leave it up to your parents. Jovina had 17 years of hell from that arranged marriage shit. They say the same about my sister. She's 27. I don't know if it's a Muslim thing or just them being controlling. Now that you mentioned Muslim, your group are like the East Indians. Very controlling. I don't know why. Your two groups, you still want grown-ass kids walk around your house. You can't run through the house naked. You can't be free. Maybe because the black community is so focused on sex and sexuality. And I think maybe your groups are more closed about that type of stuff. But I want my kids out of the house so I can walk buck naked like I did when they were babies. Supreme, what do you think about marrying someone to get them a green card? They pay you 15 to 30K. I'm not a fan of that. Someone, when I first met Jovina, from Portugal wanted her to do that. And I wasn't about to date her, someone that was doing that. Because that usually ends up in some fucking anyway. And I'm not sharing my shit. In fact, she asked me what I think of that. I told her. Plus, someone that would sell themselves for money, that's just kind of cheap to me. I don't care how much it is. But hey, I didn't realize that people from Scotland had that problem. I also asked you, do you know your family history in Scotland there, you jelly? Also, are you aware of the name Arnott, which is Scottish, which is close to my name, Arnett? Because my dad said they dropped the E, people confuse me with the Arnotts when I do that history research stuff. Because they also have Arnett in Scotland as well, not just Arnott. But I go by what my dad said. His grandfather was in the French army. Canadian French. If you're single, Supreme, can you still date young girls in their 20s? Out of all your products, which one should I buy for beginners? Blink, you guys got to tell me more about what your problem is. I'm not going to just say buy this. What is the situation you're in? What's your age? What's your background? What are you dealing with? Only product I would say that everybody should buy would be How to Make a Woman Come. I don't care what age you are, you got to know how to make a woman come. Plus, when you have that knowledge, you practice and perfect it, That gives you a fucking sense of confidence that women can feel on you. When you look at a woman and know that you can, bust her a nut and look her in the eyes and thinking that, she can feel it. Jovina, I got a question. You ever seen a guy that radiates sexual energy?
Yeah, some guys just naturally have it.
Sexual energy, like they look at you and you know that they could fuck you.
Yeah, some guys are just like that.
How do you identify the energy? What does it feel like? I mean,
well, you actually can feel it. It's kind of a tingling sensation that you get. And I don't know. For me, that's
tingling.
Yeah, you just know. You just look at the person. And it's just that look you get.
Skip me. Go back into your past. Did you ever have sex with one of those guys that did that?
Yes.
And was it good?
Yes.
So that tingling feeling was basically a woman's guide to...
It's an
intuition thing. Yeah. You guys hear that? Interesting. Never thought about that. So Blink, to give me a little bit more information. Supreme, I'm a 20-year-old student, and in September, I'm moving out on campus to uni. I will be independent. Yeah! There you go, Samir. How do you think I should manage my time wisely to succeed in education? You didn't mention women and confidence. Confidence is something that you'll build over time. You want females, though. You want to have fun in college, too. But I can't tell you how to manage your time because I suck at management of time. That's one of the areas that I'm not good in. Okay. I was a procrastinator as far as studying. Plus, I had a great memory. I just remember what the guy said, the teacher talked about, and I just regurgitate his shit. So I'm not really a good person to ask for advice on that subject. I'm not going to lie to you, man. Don't believe in lying to the fellas. Supreme, I'm 23, never kissed a girl before. Kevin Gatto. Is that Hispanic or Japanese, Kevin? Michael Nolan's here, says, what's up, lads? What's up, me buckle? I'm waiting for a couple of answers. Blink to come back, and also Kevin, Spanish. Isn't gato a cat? Jovina, yeah. What is gato, a cat, or is that a dog?
Gato is a cat.
Cat. Your name is Kevin Cat.
Why, who's asking?
This guy's screen name is Kevin Gatto. Trying to get rid of the V card this year. Good. Okay, so you're 23. What do you do for a living? Are you in school? What are you doing? My next question will be, can you get out to a nightclub? Can you dance enough to do a step touch? Step touch is easy. Step touch, step touch. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, my name is Player Supreme. What's your name? Because I'm step touching. Gato is an Irish cake. In school studying computer science. Okay, Kevin. So you're a Spanish nerd, okay. Are you working out in the gym, at least? And can you take off your glasses and get contacts? Because if you can go to the club, 64% of the women are there to meet men. So in order to get a girlfriend, you might try going to a nightclub, or you can try meeting a girl on campus who's actually studying computer science, would be the best match for you. If you have a girl in your class that's nerdy like you, because IT is a pretty nerdy field. so you have some nerd tendencies there. She'd be the best thing for you because you guys have that in common. You have something you can talk about. And I've been doing this for 3 hours. Wow.
Yeah, I was on
Fuck. See, I get to talking and teaching, and time gets away from me.
blah, blah, blah.
And no wonder why that one guy was whining. I don't like long shows. So try to find a girl that's, preferably in IT. If not, then go to nightclub. I recommend you try to meet a girl on campus that I don't wear glasses. I got a little muscle on me. Perfect. That makes it even better. A lot better. So, you're Spanish. Spanish from Spain, or you're Mexican? Or South American? Try to type a little faster so I can get through this real quickly. God damn it. Going too fast, fellas. I'm waiting for Gato to communicate. South American. Okay. Venezuelan. One of those countries. Perfect. Light or brown? Basically, Spanish, a lot of Spanish blood, European blood, or Indio blood. Trying to gauge what you look like. One is more sellable than the other. The lighter you are, the more sellable you are in the American community. I know you just want to get laid. Just answer the question. I just gave you why I'm asking that question, which is more sellable, so I could tell you what to do. You're black or dark? Okay, no problem. There's love for us dark folks. So, going bald too? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That happened to me at an early age. If you could cut your hair close, you want to hide that the fact you're going bald and receding hairline. It's good you don't wear glasses, Kevin. You want to make sure you build yourself up so you look more masculine, though. Can you grow a goatee? If you grow a goatee, that'd be an advantage to you. If you have a normal shaped head, you could try shaving your hair. I think my hair is holding me back. I can believe it because it was dramatic to me to start losing my hair. So you want to have as badass look as you can. The goatee, full goatee would be perfect. If not, then maybe a chin beard like what I'm doing right now with it coming up a little bit. Something that's different. I can grow one. Perfect. So try to grow a goatee. As I said, go to a club. If you are Spanish descent, Latin basically, culture, salsa. Start taking a salsa lesson. Beautiful women go there. Latin women go there. You'll have no problems. Just do that one thing. Go take a salsa lesson. You'll meet girls. That problem solved. If he does it, he'll meet a lot of girls, as you guys know who have been to salsa classes. You know about the Chinese guy on my forum, Hand Hand. That's how he got his game started. He became really good at it. And he's up in Canada. Okay, so we had some other comments. Supreme, I've been watching your shows on and off for 4 years. You and I share the same interest in metaphysics, law of attraction, energy healing. That's fantastic there, Samir. Michael, Supreme, could you go your whole life without sex? No. No, I couldn't. I can't even go a goddamn week. I prefer not to, in other words. I did do it a couple times because I was just doing something. Don't say I just want to get laid, because that's cheap also, Gato. You want to pull some women into your life. At least a starter hoe that you can work with, you can befriend, have good times with. I'm all about going to coffee on a Saturday morning or breakfast with a girl and having a good conversation, sitting out sipping coffee when you have nothing else to do on a Saturday morning. That's beautiful to me. I'm all about hugging and kissing and the romantic stuff also, believe it or not. I'm not about bringing them flowers, but, I'm about the hugging and kissing part of it. Let's see. Michael, no, he's not gay at all, just nervous. I don't know. Ask Supreme. He was his client. Who's he talking about, Michael? Okay, Blink. That's who I was looking for. He thought he made a statement way above. If you're single, Supreme, could you still date young girls? Okay, I got that. I solve Blink's problem. I'm a typical average college student in my 20s, good, who never had the courage to talk to a girl. Even if I did, I don't know what to say to keep a girl-like conversation going to sexual combo. Okay, I'm going to help you out right now. You're in your 20s, she's in your 20s. I want you to think about all the experiences you've had in life right now there, Blink. Do you remember when you first learned to ride a bike? Do you remember falling? Did you ever do skateboarding? Remember you're watching cartoons as a kid? What'd you do as a kid, a young kid? I have a memory right now. My mom had just bought me a new pair of overalls. I'm in Misawa, Japan. I remember the grass was really tall in our yard because my dad didn't like cut grass. It was a rental off base. I remember I would climb the fence and I ripped my brand new overalls and I had to take a dump. The house was locked. I was locked out. So I took a shit in the yard with no toilet paper to wipe my ass. Next memory, I remember, flash forward, I was like 5 years of age. I broke into a neighbor's house because he had some yen and that's Japanese money. It's actually one of my friends. The mother and the kids walked off to go to some store to get something, and I actually went in the house and took some of their yen so I get me something. I was like I was 5 because I never went to kindergarten. Actually, no, I was 4. I got spanked for it. I also got spanked for ripping my overalls. So I've had life experiences I could, if someone were to take an interest, to ask me about. You live in Japan? What do you remember about Japan? At your youngest memories. I remember the tragic thing that happened to me that I could relate to people. Remember I talked about when I first went to school, the bell rang, I ran out the door. All the kids got on the bus. They were going somewhere. The teacher told me, you better go to lunch. I ran out. Bus number 2, I still remember the bus. I asked the white guy if I could get on the bus. He said, should I let him on the bus? And this half-black Japanese kid said, no. And the girl I already had a crush on was laughing at me. They slammed the door in my face, and they drove off. I still remember that. I could share that. Okay? So she has life experiences, too. If you take a real interest in her as just a human being, you will never, ever run out of things to talk about, as you saw me just do with Jovina. Asked her a question that I never really asked her before. I could talk to her about her experiences because she's from an island off the coast of Portugal. I could always talk to her about her experience there of, like, she would go down to the ocean with her grandmother. Which grandmother was that, Jovina? That you'll get, was it Lumpia? See, remember I told you she's deaf? When she has her goddamn headphones on? Jovina! Which grandmother was it that you would go to the ocean with to pick Lumpia?
My mom's mom.
Your mom's mom. Okay.
Yeah.
And what would you do while she picked the mussels? Were they mussels?
They're
See, I'm learning.
they're called lapish.
They're called lapish.
They're on a half shell. They don't have a.
They cling to the rocks.
They cling to the rocks. Yeah.
And you got to eat them fresh, otherwise
Yeah, you eat them fresh.
they could kill you.
Poison you. Yeah.
Wow.
You can cook them.
Cook them, yeah.
It's fine if you cook them, but you still have to pick them fresh.
Do they taste like oysters?
Shell them out. Like clams and so
That's good.
To a clam.
That's cool, yeah.
The flavor. It's kind of a chewy consistency, also like the clams and the
Chewy like a dick. See, I just learned. I can still, and by the way, she's going back in her memory, in her mind, to that whole situation of being a little girl with the little pigtails and, skipping down the stone to the beach. Yeah, I just look like girls that had pigtails. To do that event. So get her, what I call, get her life story. Find out as much as you can about her life. You'll never run out of things to talk about. Now, going to sexual combo, on my channel, I have a video called The Animal Colored Water Game. And I use that as a segue to talk about sex. Go find that video, study it, practice it. It's a great fun game. You could do it with all your friends. Make sure you ask them 3 questions. What's your favorite animal? What's your favorite body of water? What's your favorite color? Type of thing. If you go get it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Samir. So I just solved your problem. Go out there, enjoy it, and do it. Samir Khan. Supreme, I've been watching videos. I've done that. Let's go back down. Michael Nolan's talking. David H. B. Ben Hirsch. Supreme, what is your preferred music to dance to at the club, hip-hop or house? I prefer hip-hop nowadays. At one time I preferred house, but house music, you can't pick up women there. It's a poor place. Hip-hop is where all the hot chicks go, by the way. House people they're the weirdos. And the chicks are the weirdos. Let's see, Mike, no, the 50-year-old virgin guy who traveled the world. Remember him, Supreme, who came to you on the channel? Yeah. It made when you, without whacking your energy, you feel different. Supreme, do you remember the porn sister, Lisa Ann, growing up? She's a cougar. I don't know who Lisa Ann is. Porn for me was all the way up to the late 90s. Early 2000s, I started trying to break it. I gave all my shit to my boy Craig. But then I got hooked on internet porn when it first started. You'd have like a 3 megabyte file. It would take like hours to download back then with AOL 3.0. This is going back to late 90s and the year 2000. To see just a 10-second scene took like 2 hours to download the shit. But I eventually broke that. I told myself if I ever watched an animal sex where someone's having sex with a fucking animal, I would quit. And I clicked on something. I should have looked at it first. But it was a dude having sex with his chick. But then a dog came in the picture and they put the dog's dick in her ass while he was fucking her. And that grossed me out so much that I said, I'm done. So I don't watch porn that much. Every now and then when I do, I click on one of my, like last night, I click on, was it the Pirate Bay? No, it was this other one. What's it called? Kick-Ass. Torrents, they reopened, by the way. You click on anything there and you get pop-ups. And I've seen some of the porn pop-ups. There was a girl that was like rubbing her pussy. And it popped up on the big TV. I done the jacking the big TV, and Jovina and I sit there looking at this shit. A girl rubbing her cunt, then turn around. She had a small round butt, slapping her butt, trying to make it jiggle. It was one of those round, firm butts, nice butt butts. That's, what I see for porn. Pop-ups every now and then. Ray C, what about dating women whose politics are different than yours? Good luck with that, man. Case in point, you must be a Trump supporter, and she doesn't support Trump. Good luck with that. What's the website for cat? You want the new one, huh, Remo? Let's see. Speaking of which, I got a fucking pop-up. kat.how. kat.how. HOW. And where is HOW? Usually that's a different country. I have no idea which country it is, though. She said, Jovina, when that girl popped up rubbing her pussy, what did you say?
What the hell?
Yeah, she said, what the hell?
It all came out of nowhere. We were watching something else.
And boom, yeah. It was a pop-up. I was a Bernie supporter. Then, okay, what is she? Not people don't normally hate Bernie. And Bernie's a likable guy.
Yeah, he actually was.
Huh?
He was pretty cool for an old dude.
Yeah, he's cool for an old dude.
He really should have been.
A lot of brothers, you know,
About,
but Hillary did her shit and got him out of it. Yeah.
I think he would have had a better chance against Trump than she did.
Yeah.
I truly do believe that because he was very likable with the younger.
Luckily, you didn't have people over. Yeah. Very lucky the grandkids weren't here. And it wasn't last night the grandkids were here. Actually, it was last night after they left. Yeah. She was Hillary. Oh. Hey, but they're both Democrats. Find the common grounds. You know? Yeah, if you're one of those people that got, you know, programmed for that, Benghazi! You start calling the Benghazi and the email shit, which they have found to be not to be true anyway. That means you fell for the political bullshit. Not to give you political advice here. This channel's for dating and getting a life. I prefer to dance to hip hop. David Ben Hirsch says as well. I even made a hip hop playlist and learned to dance as much as I can follow the beat. I typically like old school. Cool. Ava Devine is a mad cougar. Who's she? Hold on, fellas. I'm going to see what Michael Nolan likes. All I got to do is go to Google Images. The name Divine just sounds so fake. Oh. Wait a minute. This is a before and after. Big body Brazilian. Is that her? No, it's Deviant Art. Okay, never mind. Let's see. Who is this bitch? Ava Devine. I've actually seen this bitch. She is trashy. I didn't know what her name was. I don't keep track. I don't have fans. I'm not a fan of the whole porn thing. Yeah, I know who she is. Isn't she Asian? Everything about her is fake. Her tits are fake. Her lips are fake. Her cheeks are fake. Looks like even her jaw is fake. See, I don't do fake tits. I believe she is Asian by looking at her hips. Or half Asian, Eurasian. Yeah, her natural hair should be black. She's posing as a blonde here, but her hair is all fried out. And I think this is her with black hair. Someone named Fast Eddie Edward Stewart. There was a guy that's popular in this dating community. I think he's in the porn industry, and I can't recall the guy's name. He was a porn agent, sleazy type of dude. Now she's on Pinterest. She's wearing just a dress and with those helmet wigs that cut off here and go in like a circle. There was a girl that I used to know that had a helmet head like that, the same haircut, like the bowl haircut, and a plain simple white dress. She looks kind of thick. I like that about her. Big hips, but she's fake. Oh, I just realized I'm staring at this woman's photos. Yeah. I'm going on 4 hours, so I'm going to go out and do something today. I'm supposed to buy a camper shell. I'm waiting for the guy to write me back on how I can pay for it. And also get his address and other information. And he did. Good. Do you want me to get my phone? I'm going to make my dream come true. I'll put a camper shell in the back of my truck. I'm going to build a bed for the back of it. And on one side, I'm going to build a little shelf on the other side for clothes and my cooking equipment. Things that happen the way I wanted them to, but I'm going to make sure it happens. All right, fellas, I've got to go. It's been a pleasure spending all goddamn day talking to you. I'll talk to you guys later.